coming back around. Let's go ahead, up.
All right. Hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, we the Hebrew Israelites out here in Tampa Bay, Florida, here to push the truth, here in sincerity, through the spirit and power of our Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Qadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Salutations to your brothers out there that push this word in truth and sincerity as well. Week in and week out, day in and day out. Shalom to any sisters out there that may be listening through the spirit. And here it is, another week out here in Babylon. What a crazy ass week, man. We see this stupid ass Jake out there, man. The dumbass, simple ass Jake out there, bro. It makes us laugh, man. We talking about the Amber Geiger situation with the Edomite cop. They got arrested for murdering the so-called black man in his own apartment. This bitch got 10 years for murdering a person in his own house, bro. And you got the whole nation of Israel out there just like, I can't believe this. But we look at it like, well, it's supposed to happen that way. You're not supposed to touch him. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. Mm-hmm. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Mm-hmm. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. The Lord. Finish it off.
That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children.
Mm-hmm. So you chosen. That's why you're chosen to get stomped out here by the enemy. Look at your children out here getting shot down in their own dwelling. That's the funny thing about it. That's where they live. Man lived in that place, man. He's in there eating ice cream, watching the game.
Sipping shade.
Lemonade in the shade, chilling. You got this dog crack, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. All of a sudden, get down. What the fuck? Boom.
Might not even get down, just shots fired, man.
What the hell is that? Through the spirit, there's some other story behind that shit, but we don't know what the fuck.
All we know is that the Lord put that nigga to death.
Yeah, judged. And we laugh. We laugh at that. We not. It doesn't anger us. The only thing that really angers us is just how simple the rest of our nation is. Just looking at that, and we look at the family. Go ahead, say again.
Esau, Edom doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
They supposed to do that. Mm-hmm. That's why we're not mad at Esau, Edom. But why get mad at somebody that's doing it? They doing what they supposed to do. But Jake, that's who we more pissed off at.
Yeah, our people.
Yeah.
We know the enemy's gonna be the enemy.
Yeah.
That's not gonna be a surprise to us. We expect that from him.
When you go to war, you expect casualties.
Right.
That's something that you expect.
That there is a casualty. But y'all look at it like it was supposed to be. It's supposed to go another way. In a perfect world, yeah, of course it's supposed to go a perfect way. That would never have happened in a perfect world. However, we're living in this man's world. We're living in his world, so obviously things are always going to go in his favor. That's why you could get arrested for stealing a jacket and go to jail for life because it's your third offense. But this man could take a man's life for no reason and get manslaughter or some shit.
Well, Jake, our people been in prison for 20 plus years. For selling marijuana, which is a plant. But here it is, a so-called white woman kills one of our people and she get 10 years.
Oh, they sell crack.
Out five.
Yeah, you sell crack. You get caught with a certain amount of crack in your pocket, man. That's it for your ass. Yeah, at least 10 years.
Yeah, it used to be back in the day, automatic 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's New York, man. Yeah.
Cocaine, 20 years.
Or you get caught with a burn on you in New York or something like that. Yeah, your life is finished.
Every bullet is a year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
Exactly.
Hey, but what's crazy about homegirl cases, I think she got 10 years, eligible for parole in 5 years. 9 times out of 10, they're going to give her good behavior or the jails are overpopulated. Yeah, the jails will be overpopulated. They'll wind up letting her out, man. That's not really the case, but just look at our people, man. They still simping, man. The Lord ready to destroy this place, but look at our people, man. Upholding the enemy, man. Consoling the enemy, man.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that too, man. That shit's hilarious, bro. That shit's funny, man. Go ahead, my guy.
This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts?
Yeah, man. So you look at that family. How they want to embrace Esau. Well, yeah. That simple ass nigga that died, he probably loved Edomites. That simple nigga that got killed in his own house,
She killed him. He was probably sliding her.
Definitely the apostle was saying. The apostle was saying the same thing. He was probably sliding and then some shit must have happened or whatever, and she tried to make an excuse of, oh, I thought it was my apartment. You know, hey, you fucking with them Edomites like that, man, you bound to get your head taken off.
Especially a cop.
Read that again, Mayaka Ali still got it?
Yeah. So, Sirach chapter 12, verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts?
Yeah, so you hanging around serpents and snakes and shit, and then, you know, we gonna mourn you because you actually got bit by that shit? Like, dude, why the hell are you hanging around dangerous creatures? What did you expect to happen? That is the enemy. We've been telling you this for not centuries, for decades, starting with the elders and apostles. They've been telling you the same thing. Yeah, you gotta leave them alone. They're the enemy. They're the Edomites. Edomites are the sworn enemy of Jacob. Go ahead.
Amos.
Yeah.
This is Amos 1:11. Amos 1:11. Thus saith Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
Right.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and kept his wrath forever.
So we understand that Esau is going to have a judgment coming to him. If you read the book of Obadiah, it talks about the judgment of Edom. So for the transgression of Edom, because what did he do? He pursued his brother, which is Jacob. You so-called black people, black, Hispanic, you Latinos, you're black, you Native Americans, you Indians, you Indians. You actually you the Israelites spoken about in the Holy Bible. The book is for you. And it also talks about the so-called white man who are the Edomites. They're the main players of the Bible. Jacob and Esau. And like the brother just read, he pursued his brother with the sword, so this man's gonna get judged for it. We don't want to hang around a man that got a mark on him for judgment. So if you're hanging around your brother just read in Sirach, why the hell are we gonna pity Jake for his judgment? Yo, you got judged, man. You hanging around with Esau. And now the whole family is loving Esau, man. Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah.
Yeah.
Isaiah 30 verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
Read it again.
Isaiah 30 verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
He's talking to you Israelites. You're saying woe, or in other words, destruction, or bad times to you Israelites that don't take counsel in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You take counsel, but you don't take counsel in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You take counsel in the enemy. And actually, it's going to go into that. Go ahead.
God. And that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit.
Right, you cover, but you're not covered with the spirit of the Lord. All right? Jake, go ahead.
But not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
Right, you're just going to continue this iniquity upon iniquity upon iniquity, but you got the wrong covering on you, Jack. You're not covered by the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You're covered with something else. Read on.
That walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
Yeah, you go down to Egypt, and you trust in Egypt. That's your strength. That's your covering. In other words, you can call Egypt America. You can call Egypt America right now. All right? It does not in the book of Revelation that this is spiritually Egypt. You can call America Egypt right now. So you go down to Egypt for help. All right? Read that again. I'm sorry.
That walk to go down into Egypt,
right?
And have not asked at my mouth,
right?
To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
Yeah, you don't even ask the Lord for help. You go directly to the oppressor. You go directly to Esau. You skip. You overstep Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and the prophets and the seers. You seek a whole nother counsel. And you're more comfortable with the counsel of Esau than you are the counsel of the prophets. Well, right here in front of your face.
Which is the counsel of the Lord.
Yeah.
That's the Lord speaking. Because what? The Lord speaks through his prophets, man. He always has. He always will. You know?
Go ahead.
Con, and what that verse, Philippians, what is it, 4 and 14? Real quick. It's Philippians, I believe it's 4 and 14. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Yahweh Shai, which strengthens me. Right? So that's the spirit that we're in, that we're covered with. Through Yahweh Shai, that's what we asking. But this scripture here is saying that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. But what was you said in Philippians?
You were strengthened by
We're strengthened by Yahweh Shai, so that spirit. But they strengthen themselves through the spirit of Egypt. Esau, Edom, so-called white man.
It's easy that way. It's almost easier just to go directly to this man.
It don't take faith.
Yeah.
That's the point.
No faith involved. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, real quick, where are you reading that at about the Egypt?
Isaiah 30.
Isaiah 30, verse 2.
Okay.
Isaiah 30 or 31?
30 and
All right. Well, nevertheless, in chapter 31, he's still talking about the same thing. Talking about woe to you that go into Egypt and trust on these chariots because they're many. Now, the brother just said that they don't have faith. Now, going back into these people trusting in Egypt or America right now, all right, it's because of the things they can tangibly see. Oh, they got the greatest economy, the greatest so-called money value, the greatest military arms, the greatest. America's never gonna fall, man. They've been here triumphant over all these other nations, but you have to have that spiritual sight to be able to see these prophecies coming to pass, man. Because right now it looked like Esau Edom got the upper hand over the whole earth, man. But you got to be able to understand and see the prophecy he's speaking right now, and understand what the Lord has set forth, and that's what's coming to pass, man.
So because of the witchcraft of this man, it makes the people, the inhabitants of this land, think that everything's still like it was 20 years ago. Everything's still great. 30 years ago, America's still the tough guy. It ain't that way no more, Jack. Them days are over.
Yeah, nobody respects America no more, man. All these military powers, they don't respect America no more. Why? Because they have the same nuclear capabilities now. All right.
No, go ahead and read.
Going back to our people. This is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 11. But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forgot my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword.
Yeah, you chase the number to the sword. All right, you so-called Hispanics. All right, you Latinas, you black people. You're numbered to the sword because you're not heeded to anything that the Lord's been telling you for generations. It's the same. That's why you're in this position. That's why we're in the same position. The only difference between y'all and us is that we have a covering over us. We have a hedge around us. All right. So what did it say? You numbered to the sword?
Yeah. And ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer.
When the Lord called through His prophets, you shook your head. You shook your head like this, and you said some bullshit under your breath. Go ahead.
Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not.
Yeah, you chose to do the opposite of what Yahweh Shem Yahushua told us to do. You made a conscious decision to do the complete opposite of what Yahweh Shem Yahushua said to do. Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, you're not supposed to eat pork. You do that as an abomination unto you. Well, I gotta have it. You go to the store, you take money out your pocket, you pick up the actual pork off the shelf consciously, you put it on the conveyor belt, you give the woman cash. And you take it home, you turn the stove on, you take the pork out of the plate, you put it on this, you cook it. You wait till it's done and it's cooked, it smells good, your whole house smells like it, and then you devour it. You did it on purpose. There ain't no one forced you to do that shit. You made a decision to do that. Among a whole bunch of plethora of all other sins. Like the scripture brother read, sin upon sin. You stack it up. Here it is, the Lord tell you what to do, and you do the complete opposite. That's why the Lord's you say you number for the sword. Go ahead, bro.
Read the second verse again?
Yeah, read the second verse.
Isaiah 30, verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt, they have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
Now you read yours.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Read it again.
Jeremiah 17 and 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Cursed be the man that trusteth in man. You trust in Pharaoh. In other words, you trust in Esau Edom. In other words, you trust in the so-called white man. Your overseer, your master. So you're cursed. Go ahead.
And make it flesh his arm.
Yeah, you make flesh your arms. You don't. weapons of warfare on carnal. All right? Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
And continuing, and whose heart departed from the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 30 verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame.
So now the strength of the so-called white man is going to ultimately be your shame.
Yep.
Going back to this nigga that got put to death in his own household. All right? Because he loved Edomites. You can look at his simple look on his face when they show his picture. He loved Edomites. He loved everybody. So now that trust that he had in the oppressor is ultimately what? His shame. Ultimately became his shame. And the same thing's gonna happen to his brother that went down there and hugged the murderer. The same thing's gonna happen to the judge that went down there and hugged him. She just judged the woman. Yeah, Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21. Someone want to get it? That's gonna ultimately be. What, bro? It's gonna ultimately that same trust is gonna ultimately be your shame. And this is what the warning goes out to be. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go. So like the wicked shall not be unpunished.
Read it again.
But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Read it one more time.
This is Proverbs 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
So just because you hand in hand with this man, and you both are smiling in each other's faces, that doesn't mean that the wicked, who is the man that you have your hand in hand with, is not going to go unpunished. And if you hand in hand with him and he gets punished, guess who else is going to be punished? Your punk ass. All right? And what did it say? The seed of the righteous, what? Seed of the righteous, which is
Proverbs 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
The seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So everybody else out there that's hand in hand with the enemy is not going to go unpunished. However, the seed of the righteous, which are the Israelites, but not all of Israel is Israel. All right. The seed of the righteous is going to be delivered. They're going to gain salvation, and that's what we're seeking. All right, and we're up here through the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We're not up here with our own will. We're literally shaking our boots that the Lord would put us to death if we don't come out here and feed the sheep. Because there's sheep out there that's looking for answers. And ain't nobody else giving the answers. So it might as well be us. And if we don't do it, we'll be under us. Go ahead, bro.
I got some. This is Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
The scripture says never trust your enemy. Oh, well, it says love thy enemy. What does it say? Love thy enemy? It's not talking about loving your enemy. It's not talking about loving your enemy when you read that scripture. It's talking about your brother that may have trespassed against you or something. Same brother in the faith. You gotta, like, you know.
A perfect example is King David, man. With Saul.
Yeah.
Con. There are two men in the
Not
faith.
talking about men of other nations.
Exactly, and that's the point. Going back to the law, it's about within the nation, right? And then we fast forward that to today's time, it's talking about brothers within the ministry. You know, so back then the Old Testament's talking about within our nation of people, other fellow Israelites, and today we fast forward it to brothers within the truth. You know, because the 2/3 are enemies.
They're heathens.
They're heathens, exactly. You know, they're enemies to us in the truth. You know?
What? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a little bit more.
Yep.
I'm going to start from 10 again.
Yep.
Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
So that wickedness is ultimately going to always show out. Because then the next verse is going to tell you. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Though he humbleth himself and go crouchy, yet take good heed
Right.
and beware of him.
Right.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped
So
away.
this man's going to come out. He's going to come. They say he's going to come out crouching. In other words, he's going to prostrate himself in a humble position to you, and speak all manner of sweet words to you. Oh man, he's a good guy. Oh, you know, Derek, he's nice. You know, that's my friend. You know, yeah, he's not looking out for your best interest. He's looking to get one over on you. All right. So the scripture is telling you to watch this punk ass. don't trust him, because that wickedness is ultimately going to show. He's not showing wicked, he's not being wicked right now, but if you, like Brother Red, you deal with a snake, the snake's going to bite your punk ass.
It will keep on. Go to, because the brother read that in that same verse, chapter.
Yeah, it's one.
Go down to verse 15. This is going to tell you why you never trust your enemy.
Con, Sirach 12:15. For a while he will abide with thee,
Yep.
but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it.
Con,
I mean, that explains why you don't trust your enemy, man.
con,
Maybe because it's real. Read
Yeah, read it again.
con. Sirach chapter 12 verse 15. For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
A clear example is our own people, especially our women, man. Here it is, Esau's there to help you out with child support, with food stamps, with Section 8 housing. But as soon as your life starts spiraling down, man, Esau ain't there to help you out, man. You're gonna be living on the streets, man, with your kids and all. All right? Esau ain't gonna be there for nothing, man. He gonna want to see your demise, man.
You're pushing a grocery cart down the street.
Yeah, because what? These Edomites, ultimately, their help is to destroy you, man. That's what their help is for. The help of an Edomite is not to really build you up or to bring you to, it's to set you up, man. All right,
Gift
it's to
destroyed the
destroy
heart.
you.
I was gonna say, gift destroyed the heart. You know, and that's that snare that Esau is giving you. Like the brother said, man, they give you this Section 8 food stamps, so that's in the image of helping you raise your children up, just so they can gun their ass down when they get out of high school, man. Like the same man that's helping you raise your kid is the same person that's helping lock your kid up or kill your kid, man.
Con, spot you.
The so-called white man, this man is a dirty individual, man.
So I'm gonna say this real quick while you get that, because even if he help you, all right, it's something behind it. It's a motive.
Yeah, he's trying to benefit himself.
Either he gets some tax write-off for it, he able to go, I gave this much money to niggas, and he take that and get wrote off on his taxes, so he get more money back, he get benefit, or he doing it to make himself look good. He not doing it just to help you out. They want, he's doing it to get that praise. Oh, damn, did you see what he did? Oh, this is such a great man. So it's always something behind. It's never he's just doing it just to help you. He's benefiting from it some sort of way.
Well, just look at your loans, man. Here it is, you're asking for $500. Yeah, Esau give you $500, but then on the $500, you got to pay $400 in just interest, plus some other $100 for services and fees, man.
Yeah.
So you got to pay him $1,000, $1,200. Yeah, man. So you're damn near paying double of what he gave you, man.
That's usually.
And then that you can take that sense and apply it into what the brother was just speaking of, man. There's always something behind it, man. Esau's always going to gain something from him trying to help him.
Here's $500. Yeah, take it. Because we're going to get $1,000 from you, shit.
Yeah, I had an email the other day talking about you're eligible for $100. I'm fucking basically $100. I click on it because it was so funny. I click on that shit. I had to pay back $321. I said, damn, $100?
Nice try.
Yeah. I said, boy, these devils are just out of here, man. They're out of there, man.
And a simple nigga will sign up for that shit.
Yeah.
That's snare.
Yeah.
Hey, I know a lot of simple niggas in my family who's like, yeah, he sent me an email, said I want $1,000. I gotta just send him some shit. Companies like this make money all day long because our people are so simple like that, thinking that Esau really want to get him $1,000. Here you are, you trying to scramble together some pennies just to, pay your $500 bill. But you think Esau finna send you $2,000, $1 million? All you gotta do is send us, a credit card. Come on, man. But our people that simple, man. They keep going after this here gift that keep destroying their heart, man. All right? You dealing with a wolf in sheep clothing, man. A goddamn snake, man. The adversary, the deceiver, man.
Yeah, shit, now shit, they gonna be throwing out money though. Because of the economy. Go ahead.
This is Sirach, chapter 12, verse of, I'm gonna start from 15. It says, for a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
Yeah, and I just read that, but he'll abide with you for a minute, but as soon as shit looks bad, he's out. He's gone.
Yeah, go. Okay, attitude at my job. Brothers start running batteries and shit. I have a Edomite group leader, man. And I tell you no lie, man. This is the Most High. Y'all put some type of spirit on this devil, all right, to be against me, man, all the time, to the point where things be happening at the job, to where he'll look out for me. You know what I mean? He'd be like, okay. He'd be like, look, do this, do that. You know, I got you. But then when it comes down to it being taken up to the supervisor, bro, this dude ain't nowhere to be found. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I experienced that shit, man.
And niggas do the same thing too.
Yeah.
Niggas take after the same.
That's why the scripture say, "Ye are your father's."
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna report it.
Yeah, hey, this dude, here it is. I didn't scan the batteries. I didn't put the number on it. This dude actually told the guy that came in after me. I'm first shift. He told the first shift welder that he ain't put the number on those batteries and walked off. He didn't tell me. I found out because the dude on first shift told me. He was like, yeah, bro, you ain't put the number on there. I was like, yeah, man, I know that. He was like, yeah, your group leader came and told me. That going to show you a devil. He was setting me up, bro. Bro, if I would have let that shit go, it would have came back and was like, yo, hey, we got to bring you to the office. You got to get written up.
Yeah.
You sent 100 batteries to formation and they ain't got no numbers on them. But he told first shift welder. I would have just walked off the floor. But he see me, he was like, yo, Mel. And called me, was like, yo, hey, you forgot. I was like, damn, I didn't even know that. He was like, yeah, hey, your group leader told me.
It would have looked ugly on you.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it goes
He
to
was
show you
nowhere to
that
find.
anybody that's not in this truth is your enemy, man.
Just said that. Go ahead, bro.
But laugh in your face all day.
Exactly.
Sirach, chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips.
Yeah.
That's Esau, man. His words were smooth as butter.
Yeah.
But in his inward parts was war, man. Go ahead, read that again.
Con. Sirach, chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips.
Yeah, he's your best friend, man. That's why that saying goes, watch your friends close and your enemy, or what I say, keep your friends close. Keep enemies close. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nah, keep your enemies close and your friends closer, man. That's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
Because your enemies the ones that are telling you they're enemies, they're gonna tell you that you know they're your enemies. That's why we were watching the video of the brothers in LA, man. You got frenemies in this truth, man. Dudes that are saying they're your friends, but inwardly they're not, man. They're your enemies, man. Because what? Their words are smooth as butter, speak softly unto you, telling you everything you want to hear. Go ahead.
Con. It says, Sirach 12 and 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
That's right. And so here it is. He's trying to be your best friend, so he's watching your every move, so he can look at the best opportunity to throw you into a pit, man.
He's playing chess with you. That's all.
Yeah, seeing your weakest points.
Yeah. You watch it. He's making you move in the manner that he wants you to move.
That's why you especially don't trust Esau, man.
You can't. He already knows what he needs you to do. So he's gonna say the right things to make you move in a certain manner. All right, and you're gonna fall for it every time.
That's why the scripture say, ye are your father the devil. Because you got Jake that moved the same way how Esau moved, man. Because what that word father, meaning the creator, the progenitor of. All right, oh, he is the father of drifting. Or he is the father of racing. You know, oh, he is the father of whatever. Right. Esau is that father of wickedness, man. He's that progenitor. Okay?
Yeah. And he was a murderer from the beginning, man.
So Jake moved in that same spirit, man. You know?
That savage mentality.
Yeah, try to get over on you and watching you. So you know what? He already know what he want from you, but he just infiltrate. That's why the scriptures also say, matter of fact, I got to get it. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, that's why that goes back to Cain, which we know through the spirit is Esau in the reincarnation. But what? That goes back to him because what Cain said to the Most High, he said, "Wait, my brother's keeper did a blatant lie to the Most High, man. I don't know where he at. I don't know. But what? That's the spirit of Esau, man. And our people have taken on them customs, man. Because speaking out lies. Because what? Our people, they're not naturally like that. Our people are naturally peaceful, man. Our people. That's why you got Jake, living with his parents, big family homes, Esau only has like one kid. They hate their parents. They don't even talk to their families. Our people are family. The nation of Israel is family oriented. That's how it is. Most of the parties should be like that. But since we're in this captivity, they've been going away. But that's how our people naturally are, man. Because it's the spirit in them. Read that again.
Sirach, chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, But in his heart, he imagineth how to overthrow thee into a pit.
Keep going.
He will weep with his eyes, but if he
he gonna weep with his eyes, man. He gonna front, man. That's what Jake said. That's the best word for it. He gonna front in front of you. He gonna supplant you, man. Especially our people, they gonna supplant you. It's because is he not rightly named Yaquab? Is that an electric car or something?
Oh, it's one.
That shit
And
is
she
done.
was Jake.
That shit is done.
The ghost.
That shit is done.
Parking right
Oh,
Damn.
Done.
That's
This
probably
game was a ghost.
The alternator probably went out of that bitch.
that shit is through.
Hey, but hey, that's the
told though. But Esau parked last time we was out
hey,
here.
but that's the spirit though. Jake fuck around with Esau like that. Hey, he's gonna you gonna lose the spirit, bro. That shit gonna give the
That shit gonna
spirit.
start crying. Watch. What the script say? They gon'
it says he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity,
Hey, what the he weep with his eyes? What Esau do? Though he saw it. I'm sorry, bro. With his
Saw it
tears.
with his tears.
He saw it carefully with his tears, but there was no repentance found for him, man. Go ahead.
kind. Hey, cause to back you up, what did Esau Edom say after
Oh, Father, bless me, even me also.
What did Esau Edom say after he could not receive that blessing? He said, "Surely this day will I avenge." He said, "Surely this day will I hate my
Oh yeah. I just comforted himself in killing killing his brother.
So that
Just
goes to show you in his
27:40.
heart. That's why the Lord didn't have another
Yeah.
blessing for him.
Well, he
Yeah.
did. He did have a blessing for him, the sword. Yeah, and he got the fatness of the earth too.
Yeah.
That's why he's just there. That's why they walking around all proud right now. Because he had to be the first blessing, you know.
Wax fat.
That installment.
Esau can't say that he get a blessing. Esau got a blessing. He's living it up right now. This is his blessing.
Right.
His sword, his military, all this is his blessing, man.
Isaac also told him that it shall come a time where he shall take the yoke of his brother off his neck. And that happened.
Time of David.
Yep.
That's
After David, because King David had the Edomites under subjection, man. He had them in slavery. And then what happened? Then you had the Greeks, then you had the Romans.
And then he went back down for that 1,000-time-year period, but nonetheless, you know, they broke that yoke of iron off. They've been ruling ever since.
That's scripture.
Yeah, that's scripture.
Sirach, chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
I'll break this out real quick. Psalm 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
That came ultimately, that's the beginning, when Christopher Cologne came over here to invade the natives, man. What did he tell them? He offered them certain materials, all right, for their gold.
Traded.
Yeah, he traded. And what? When they didn't get the resources that he wanted, all right, he had certain tendons, arms, legs getting cut off. The Native Americans, man. No, that was that word being smoother than butter. Like, I'm gonna give you a peace treatment, and he broke every treaty, man.
Especially the Native Americans. Christopher Columbus never came here, but you know what Esau did to the Native Americans. But more so here today, man. Esau's trying to, speak real smooth words onto you, man. Yeah, tell you all these nice things, but what? He's trying to overthrow you, man. Because Esau's whole agenda is to take Jake out. Okay, Jake, read that again, Bobby. Hey, go back to that. Because we read that his words were smooth as butter, and his heart was in his heart. War was in his heart.
I got a precept.
Sirach, chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Yep.
He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
That's right. The so-called white man wasn't satisfied with blood. Look at all the atrocity he's done to us, man. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He still hasn't been satisfied. He's still going around the world dropping bombs, stealing resources. He's still not satisfied, man. Because once he finds opportunity, man, you give him a centimeter, he's gonna take 18 miles, man.
Exactly. And since he wasn't satisfied with that little bit of blood that he got, he kept wanting to get more and more. I got a quick precept on that. This is Ezekiel chapter 35. I'll start at verse 5. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Because what, he wasn't satisfied with it. He didn't hate it. He didn't abhor the blood. He loves the sight of blood. That's why he liked his steak raw. Yeah, that's the one sign of it. But what, he liked to see bloodshed, man. He kills for fun. You know, Gucci had that one song, Killing for Fun. Esau really kills for fun, man. He kills animals for fun, hangs them on his wall.
Sport.
He kills niggas for fun,
Have competition.
shoots and gets off scot-free.
He becomes a cop just so he can kill niggas.
Yeah.
A license to torture.
Esau is just he's a demon. He's a murderer. He's a murderer.
Murder from the beginning.
From the start.
The truth of old not in him.
Yeah, no.
Agent
Hell no.
of chaos.
Esau don't got the truth, bro. Esau's a murder from the beginning. Go ahead, bro. Bring yours
Real
up now.
quick point we made earlier. Proverbs 22, verse 7. The rich ruleth over the poor. All right? And reading on, it says, and the borrower is a servant to the lender.
Read that again.
The rich ruleth over the poor.
The rich ruleth over the poor. All right. So Esau the Edomite. All right. The rich. Okay. Rich in a physical sense. All right. He ruleth over the poor, who are the Israelites, your so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. We done.
And the borrower is the servant to the lender.
All right. So we are the borrower to Esau. We are the servant to him, who is the lender to us. We're servants to him. What's another word for servant?
Slaves.
Okay. We're slaves still, bro. It's like, y'all don't get it? How many loans y'all got out, bro? I got mad loans out, bro.
And
Jake will have a loan on the loan that he got out on his house.
Right.
Yeah, you got a loan to pay off another loan. You borrow from Peter to
They
pay
call
off that shit.
what do they call term?
There's a term
Collateral.
Refinancing.
Oh, yeah.
Mortgage on your mortgage.
Yeah.
Some shit. There's a term for it.
I know, I can't think of it right now.
And then you think it's, oh, my mortgage went down, but only thing they did was extend the months or the years on it.
Now you gotta
know?
pay more interest, but your
Yeah.
payment is less.
Yeah.
No simpleton.
You get the wrong.
Yeah, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
Read it one more time.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very
So
low.
that stranger, who is the other nation, all right, not just Esau, but the other nations, all right?
This is the point.
Right?
Verse 44, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Right. So we're in a state of perpetual servitude and what's the other word I'm looking for? Debt.
Yep.
Okay. To this man. Okay. This man has everything over us. You can't do a damn thing out here. You wanna start your own farm? Well, you gotta go get the dirt from somewhere.
I got another.
Go ahead.
Jumping down to verse 48,
Yep.
Deuteronomy 28, 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies,
Right.
which Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
Yep.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Yep. And Jake has been completely destroyed to a point where we don't even know that we're Jake. Jake doesn't understand that he's the son of Jacob. So-called black Hispanics, Native Americans have to watch YouTube videos to get woken up. Hey, we did. You don't even understand that this man is your master. You don't want to believe that. You want to believe that you're still a god. I'm God body, whatever the case is. You ain't shit, bro.
You gotta pay taxes.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say, if you don't-
gotta pay taxes, bro.
Yeah, if you don't pay taxes, they throw you in jail. So, I mean, you ain't really your own being or sovereign citizen as you think.
Yeah, you say you're sovereign. I'm a sovereign citizen. You got the whole police department behind you. They ready to shoot you. You know.
The police are the sovereign citizens. They do what the fuck they want to do. Man, we ain't no damn sovereign citizen. We have to pay taxes over here. Go ahead, bro.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 7. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
And those servants upon horses are the enemy, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. He's sitting up very high, And the one, and what does it say? Princes walking upon the earth. Those princes walking upon the earth is Yasharallah. All right, the prince of the power. They're the ones at a lower state, walking upon the earth, taking orders from us. We got a prince taking orders from a servant. You taking orders from the man that's supposed to be your slave. Everything is mismatching backwards.
Hey, a real
Turning of things upside down.
That's part of this play.
I was
Go ahead.
I was gonna say a modern day example of that is we supposed to be living in these nice buildings, not really a high rise that's big or nothing like that, but these nice buildings. And the doorkeepers supposed to be the Edomites, but nowadays we the janitors inside these buildings, serving up for these Edomites, man, cleaning their beds and stuff like that, and doing all their service and stuff like that, man. That's pretty much an abomination.
Yeah, hey, because a lot of brothers be like, they don't want no Edomites around them in the kingdom. They have to be.
Yeah,
They're
they're
gonna
your
do
servants.
it to them as they did unto us. Just like they had us digging their trenches, doing all the shit we did. But they gonna have to do it too, man. You ain't gotta look at them, but they gotta be around because they gotta pay. They gotta do double what we did.
I mean, I know me and this brother, and the type of jobs that we do, we service Edomites. You know what I'm saying? So they have us around, and they luxurious life that they got going on into certain things. They're not cleaning their shit, man. They're not out there taking care of their shit, man. They be like, they go do this and go do that, man.
Yeah, personally, I'm gonna put a lot of Edomites on poop patrol, man. We're gonna have sewage systems. So I'm gonna have them at the bottom of the palace, just scooping poop, throwing it into a boat, and then just transporting that shit. That's all with their hands. Yeah, making big rocks into small rocks. That's all. Go ahead, Dog.
Go ahead, Quan.
Also, me, hey, the spirit. Hey, Lamentations chapter 2, verse 15. Right, because Jake is a laughing stock. All the nations is laughing at you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and beginners. Don't get it twisted. And you go to these other nations, you go to China, they take pictures of you. They taking pictures of you because you're a fucking animal in the zoo. You're supposed to, the scripture tell you in Proverbs, when the wise ruler, what is it?
The people
rejoice, yeah, but when the wicked bear rule, mourn. So they looking at you like, Jake, what the fuck is you doing? You were born to be a ruler, man. This is Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 15. It says, all that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that man called the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it. That's right, man. So, hey, this is what you have here on the planet Earth. All right, all these other nations that are not considering you in their G20 summits, man. All right, there is no reparations for you so-called Negro, Latino, African Indians, man. You are the laughing stock. This is why you are, in order to make it, you have to be a comedian, man. See? You gotta bend over, man. Yeah, you gotta, hey, how was your,
jester.
Like they say when you make it, they say, one of the key words is, you make it is how your career going. And you say, oh, it's going gravy.
Yeah,
that's a key word for you gave up.
Is it
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, everything is gravy, baby.
Yeah, and those are the key words. Just
like, me never to say that.
Going back to another example is going back to when Kanye West made it. In order for him to make it, he had to sacrifice his mom. But the key words, in order for him to know that the deal was done, they flew him out. I forgot what they flew him out were, but they sent him a text, basically saying, look, hey, the water, thank you for the meal. It was good. That's those keywords, throwing that out. Like, look, man, hey, I appreciate, what you gave me. Hey, now I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm gonna give you the world, So, hey, and that's a laughing stock, man. Because here it is, you're supposed to be the kings and the priests of the earth. But you bending over, man. And these are you people idols out here today. Your idols is fucking Lil Wayne, man. Chris Brown. Hey, just recently you had a fucking concert out here, man. For Chris Brown, man. And this nigga bugged out. This is a straight demon. Hey, in order to make it to that industry, in order to get on that level, you gotta sell out, man. You gotta actually give your body over to Esau Edom.
That's why it's best just to give your body to Yahweh Shem Yahushua and just go through the struggle. Just go through the struggle, man. Yo, it sucks. We know it sucks out here. We all going through it, bro. Being broke, getting a little bit of money, and then some bullshit happens. You gotta just give it all back. We all know we do it perpetually, week after week after week. But it shows humility, and that's what we're supposed to be. You can get the Haggai.
Haggai, I got two of them for you. Haggai, this Haggai 1 and 6. You have so much.
Hey, Salah, can you start at verse 5? Because it asks a question. Consider this. Think about the shit that you're going through. Go ahead, brother.
Haggai 1 verse 5. Now therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm.
Right.
And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes.
In other words, we never have enough. You do all this work and you bring in pennies, bro. Oh shit, I gotta pay the car note this week. I got the car note and then I gotta give the child support. Fuck. And then you get paid two weeks later, because you know Jake doesn't get paid every week or every day. You get paid 2 weeks later. When that paycheck comes, I gotta pay insurance.
Yep.
And then rent's due in a couple of days, so I gotta put something. You barely got enough for a bottle of Hennessy. Sometimes you gotta like fuck the bills, man. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that shit gotta wait.
Yeah.
You know?
Fuck the bills.
Yeah.
Let me go fucking do something, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and they turn it off. I'll just turn it back on next week. Jake lived like that.
Yeah.
Jake always lived like. I've been through that shit, dog. You know, get my shit turned off and then pay. You know, just live a week with no lights. I did that shit many times back when I was younger, bro. Whatever, I ain't even complaining about it. And you know, you got sometimes you gotta be humble with it. And as long as you alive and give thanks to the Lord.
Hey, if I may back you up, and the whole time you living with a smile on your face, man.
Yeah.
Nobody even know what the fuck going on at your job, your family. Everything good to you? Yeah, bro. Everything good. I'm chilling. I'm good. Ain't no wrong.
Hey,
But the whole time.
And that's among Jake. That's why the suicides and Edomites are going sky high, because they not used to living that way.
Hey, one should be stronger than the other one.
Yeah.
But speaking on that though, like the reason I had asked you to read verse 5, because all of our people are going through these same things, man, living paycheck to paycheck, man. It's like you filling up a glass with a goddamn hole in it, man. You never have enough, man. But what, you still have a lot of our people that's out here trying to live this American dream, and again, you trying to fill up a goddamn bag with holes in it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got a job to do. I can leave the job once I get this here bag of pecans full, but you out there all day putting pecans into a fucking bag with holes in it, and you just complain about how tired you are, how much work you got to do, but you don't even realize, like, yo, dog, this is an endless fucking trap here, man. This is the place of your captivity, man. You're not gonna sit here and make it up here, man.
Hamster wheel.
Yeah, hamster wheel, man. Because that's part of the advice that they give us growing up here, you know. Go to school, get good grades, get a good job, save up your money, and you'll be good to go. And that's what a lot of our people do, man. Or they want to go so-called chase a bag and go be a celebrity or whatever, whatnot. We look at these celebrities, they're way more depressed than the rest of our people, man.
And Jake is shooting for that, but Jake is never gonna get to that level. You got Jake in town. He goes to the studio every week. Jake going to the studio every week, dropping all these songs and freestyles and shit, and he ain't getting nowhere. He might get a show somewhere. He might get paid $200 for the show. But $200 ain't shit, bro. You blow through that in the same day.
Yeah, but once you actually understand how those people living in their real lives and how all that music industry works, yo, you'll be depressed, man, because you be better off working at McDonald's, man, literally. Go ahead, brother.
This is Sirach chapter 26, verse 4. Sirach chapter 26, verse 4. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart towards the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Sirach chapter 26, verse 4. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart towards the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance.
Right. Yeah. Whether you're rich or poor, you know, it don't matter what your state is. Whatever state that the Lord got you in, no matter what, you're always gonna have a cheerful heart, because what? You got trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You got brothers in this thing that are doing pretty good for themselves, and you got brothers in this thing that are struggling heavy. But guess what? You got the same countenance. It's all love and it's all smile when we around each other.
You couldn't even tell. You can't even tell brothers are going through shit.
Some brothers are sick, some brothers are injured, you know, but they stand strong, they stand in front for Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the face of the enemy. But you wouldn't tell that them brothers are going through some, you know, to some heavy affliction or some trial or whatever the case is, because they have a cheerful countenance, because they love the Lord, they love Yahweh Shem Yahushua, they love righteousness. They hate this world, so when you might see them, sometimes they may have a scowl on their face, but really their heart is cheerful because what? They know what's about to come. When we get through this madness. Any more on that? That's beautiful scripture, brother.
Hey, can you read that one more time though?
Sirach chapter 26 verse 4. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart towards the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance.
Hey, so a lot of times people say money is the root of all evil. When you look at it, depending on who you are when you got money, going broke is like the root of all evil, because a lot of these people, once they start getting money, they'll do whatever it takes to keep their money. They don't want to lose their money. You know, it's hard to go back, man.
That's why the root of all evil is money, because the poor people try to get money. So that the love of the money is the root of all evil. Because if you're poor, what are you trying to get? You're trying to get the money.
Ain't nothing wrong with money.
You got it. Yeah, if you got it, you already did the evil already, and then you're gonna continue to do more evil. But what the poor people, they're gonna go above and beyond to get that money, evil wise, you know.
That's the only thing on their mind is money, and so it puts demons on. The money itself is a damn talisman.
The Rothschilds don't wake up in the morning thinking of how they can come up. You know, they already got it.
They got it. They're not thinking about money. They already got money, man. Go ahead,
nigga in the hood, he thinking of what nigga he can hit a lick on, what grocery store he can rob, you know, what shit he can sell, you know, what drugs he can sell.
And we're all susceptible to that demon, that money demon. You know, that's
money's not evil, it's the love of it. You know,
but
you start clout chasing, as they say.
But speaking on that, when you look at a lot of these companies, it's by law that they have to make a profit for the shareholders, man. So this is why they keep doing more and more wickedness. Oh, we gotta cut corners here, give cheap stuff here, give cheap there, more profit, man. When you start going into, if you had the love of the Most High, man, you'd be satisfied with what you got. I got enough money to take care of me and my family, and I got the charity. If a brother needed, I can give it to him. I'm not worried about, you know, like with Job. Job had a lot of riches and things, right? And he lost a lot of things, man. But Job wasn't sitting over there complaining and trying to figure out how can he stop himself from losing his sheep, himself from losing money, himself from losing wealth. He was just like, fuck it, man. If the Lord give it, the Lord can take it away, man. Who am I to fucking, he the one gave it to me. I can, you know, it don't matter. So when you start trying to cleave onto things like that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you look at these companies and these organizations, man, by law, they have to make a profit for their shareholder by any means necessary. So they just fuck people over for that all day long because, hey, we got to make the money, man. And this is where it goes off. You could be a rich man, you know what I'm saying? But if you have the charity and stuff like that to where you're not really attached to the money like that, like King Solomon, man. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead.
This is Baruch 3, verse 7. And for this cause, thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name and praise thee in our captivity.
That's Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Go ahead.
For we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that sinned before thee.
Right.
The point. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments.
Yeah, so we were scattered over the world, and everywhere Jake lives out here in the world, guess what? We in the same position, a lower state, subject to payments. You got to pay another nation to live.
Tribute.
All right, you got to pay whatever nation you may live. You live in Elam nation. Guess what? You got to pay those motherfuckers some sort of rent, or you got to pay them some sort of taxes to tribute, like the brother just said. You know, you're living out here. You got to pay your rent. You got to pay taxes to Caesar. All right, you got to go, like the brother read in Deuteronomy earlier. You got to go to the enemy for the one of all things, whether it be clothes. You want to start your own farm, you got to go get the soil. You got to get the seeds from this nigga. All right, diddle dirt.
Because if you don't, Esau's gonna kill you. You know, like in the time of the Romans, you know, you had the tributaries coming. You had to give what's the word? You know, you had to give your tribute. Yeah, you give your tribute. If you didn't give your tribute, they'll kill you. And now they don't necessarily kill you right away. They just kill you slowly. They take your house, take your car, they take your living space.
So you're living outside on the street, pushing the cart.
But you further in the bondage
and
with
then,
tax.
you know, after that, they may lock you up for loitering or some shit, and then you just a statistic. I can't say that word.
They get you with that usury or that interest on certain things, man. You go from not paying a certain bill for $100, you let that shit go. Next thing you know, it's $100,000, man.
Yep. Go ahead, Maya.
This is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 7. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 7. Proverbs 22 and 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender.
Rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is subject.
Is a servant.
Is a servant. The borrower is a servant to the lender. All right, and we just read a scripture similar to that. This is the position that the Israelites are in right now. We're talking about the princes of the power. We're servants unto lenders. They lend us, and that when someone lends something to you, you have to pay them back. If you don't pay them back, there's some sort of repercussions. That's where the princes of the Lord are right now, in a low estate. But it's not for destruction though. Okay, the Lord has us in this. What the fuck going on? The Lord has us in this position for not for our destruction. It's because we did something. Go ahead and read that.
This is Baruch, chapter 4, verse 6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction,
Right.
not because ye moved God to wrath.
Right. Go ahead.
Ye were delivered unto the enemies, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High.
Right. So the Lord had an issue with us because we was going off and dealing with other gods and other powers instead of dealing with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And the same thing is going on today. And that even goes to like Jake looking at Esau as his God. All right. We're in the same position as we've been in this position. This ain't nothing new. This is nothing new. All right. The Israelites, who you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, have been in a perpetual slavery, a perpetual servitude unto other nations because of our folly. And that's why the Lord has us in this predicament. It's not to destroy us. It's a punishment. All right? And the only way out of this is to come back to your power. And when Jake, specifically the elect, which is on this earth, comes back to their power, what ends up happening is the Lord's gonna what's the word I'm looking for? Make our days shorten the days. All right, and then we're gonna get the hell out of here.
I grabbed that for you.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah, I grabbed it.
24, 14,
This is
24,
the book of 2nd Ezra. All right, chapter 2. I'll grab it for you.
Yeah.
2nd Ezra, chapter 2. And I'm gonna start it. It's some meat on here.
Yeah. Get
All right. Second Ezra, chapter 2. We're gonna start at verse 10. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai unto Ezra, tell my people that I will give them the kingdom of Jerusalem, which I will have given them unto Israel.
And we're doing the same thing. We're telling you that the Lord's gonna give us the kingdom. All right, that's the message. That's one of the main parts of the message, that the kingdom is coming.
Good news.
That's the gospel.
Because what did Yahushua preach when he came on the scene? Repent ye therefore, for the kingdom is at hand.
Go ahead, read on.
Yeah, come. What did the disciples ask when Yahushua was on the scene?
Yeah, when is it going to be
restored
shall
to
the
us
kingdom
this time?
be
You
restored?
now restore the kingdom of heaven to Israel.
In this time, yeah. So the kingdom of heaven ain't what? The kingdom of heaven is within you. All right. So when Yahushua was on the scene, he was always about the kingdom of heaven. All right. And that's what you're looking at, man. The tabernacle of David. 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 11. Their glory also will I take unto me and give these the everlasting tabernacles.
Good. Go ahead.
Which I prepared for them. They shall have the tree of life, which the tree of life is the laws. All right? It says, for an ointment of sweet savior. They shall neither labor nor be weary.
So all that work that we're doing now, that's good. That's a thing of that's going to be a thing of the past. All right. This is part of the message. This is part of the good news. That all the shit that we have to go through here, all the struggling and working and slavery shit, it says no more labor. We ain't gonna have to sweat like goddamn Hebrew slave no more, man. We're not gonna be Hebrew slaves no more. We're gonna be powers, princes of power, as we should be. You know.
Hey, real quick, we spiritual building blocks for the kingdom of heaven, right? Now, when you build up a house, right, you spend your time laboring to build a house, but once it's done building, what do? You go in and enjoy that house, man. All right, after all your labors is done building the house, you can go in and enjoy the house, live in the house. And right now, that's what we're doing right now. We're raising up the children of Israel, the elect first and foremost, all right, to establish the kingdom of heaven, so the 2/3 can be brought back through righteousness, man. So we can live in righteousness, man. So you seen that third temple being built right before your eyes, man. Go ahead.
God. 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 12. They shall have the tree of life for an ointment of a sweet savor. They shall neither labor nor be weary. Verse 13. That's the point. Go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch.
And he mentioned that earlier too. That it's already prepared. It was already, So and so, what? We know that the days are going to be short. We know that we call upon the Lord, like we've been doing. This shit is just starting to fly by. Here it is. We at the 4th quarter of 2019, year corrupt. This shit flew the hell by. The Lord's gonna wrap this thing up real soon, and we're gonna see the kingdom of heaven. We're gonna live to see the kingdom of heaven. Lord willing, we really believe we are though.
And I said, there be some of us standing here that shall not taste of death.
That's right.
We believe in Yahushua.
That's going into immortality. When all the death and destruction comes, the Lord's gonna save select people out of that death and destruction. You think they're gonna die eventually later? No. The scriptures talk about immortality. All right. Go ahead, bring yours up.
Yeah, I got something. What Yahushua was saying. St. Matthew 24, verse 22. And accept those. I'm gonna start verse 21. I'm gonna start verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be. And what is that going into, man? The time of Jacob's trouble. The times that we are, while we out here on the corners, man, prophesying, being on the watchtower, man. All right, telling you people the downfall and destruction. All right, and the great upset. All right, of your third world's war. All right, and your one world currency. All right, according to biblical prophecy, man. Okay, that's why we out here, man. Because the scriptures tell you in Jeremiah 28, there's no new thing under the sun. Jeremiah 28 and 8, man. We're prophesying against great kingdoms and countries.
We're the real whistleblowers.
Yeah.
All this shit about the whistleblowers with Trump. We're the real whistleblowers, man. We're telling you the real deal.
Yeah.
Right? We're telling you about the rigged game. We're telling you that the underdog is gonna win, but everybody putting their chips on the favorite. And Esau's the favorite. Meanwhile, we the underdogs. We telling you that the underdogs are gonna win, but nobody wants to take heed.
Hey, and this is all from the beginning too, bro. If you really want to be technical, spiritual, all right, biblical, we telling you from the beginning that the Lord already purposes.
And to prove that Esau's the favorite, who was Isaac's favorite son.
Yep.
Esau.
There you go, man.
That venison.
The favorite, but what? The
Yeah.
underdog's gonna win.
That's why he said to back you up. He said the older shall serve the younger, man. You see, because Isaac loved Esau, but what? The prophecy.
That's what the
angel told what was it?
Rebecca.
Sarah. That what?
Rebecca.
Yeah,
Rebecca.
Yeah, that what? The younger shall serve, the older shall serve the younger, man. So, showing you 2nd Ezra 6. All right.
Esau's the end of the world. Jacob.
Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it to follow. So, hey, we out here for a reason, man. It's a purpose for us to be out here. This is the beginning. You looking at the beginning, man. You looking at
You're looking at the kingdom.
yeah.
This is the grabbing of the heel.
Yeah, you looking at the kingdom being like all the bricks being polished,
Yes.
all the bricks being put together, and then Yahushua coming through on that chief cornerstones, just putting it all together like the icing on the cake. Boop. All right, and what is that? That's when Yahushua come back with the angels, man, and destroy this place, man. All right, and save the elect. And those that are dead shall be raised up too, man. But not to go off. St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. And except those days shall be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. Right, so these days got to be shortened, man. All right, the hour of temptation. All right, the time of Jacob's trouble. When you read in 2nd Ezra 16 to 74, Jeremiah 30:7, Daniel 12:1. You people are not ready, but you riding scooters. You people are not ready, but you're investing in your pensions, man. You ain't ready, bro. Hey, and if you think you ready, because you got an AK and a 9 on you, bro, you tweaking.
You ain't got enough rounds.
You ain't got enough rounds for the sword. You ain't got enough rounds for the sword.
They be like, you in what army?
Hey, let alone that, cut off the food supply.
Yeah. Like the
That's
old
what you
ancient
gotta
ways.
do.
Yeah, the ancient ways.
Siege the city.
Yeah,
Siege the
that's
city.
it. Just cut off the food supply. That's it.
They'll kill each other.
Yeah, I don't care how many bullets you got. When you weak and you can't even see because you so faint-hearted.
48 hours.
Yeah.
Hallucination comes in.
Look what they did in Venezuela, man.
Yeah.
Cut the food off over there. People went buck wild, started eating fucking cows and everything.
Pigeons.
Hey, don't the scripture say the masses shall die of famine?
There be more that died through the famine than by the sword.
By the sword, yeah.
And it's better to die by the sword than by famine.
Yeah, we just got done. We did a video on the way to meet y'all brothers. Going into that, man, America don't know what it's like to yeah, it's just a little something coming. No wall villages. But this place don't know nothing about having to starve, man. You got buffets everywhere. You got fast food restaurants. You got trash cans with. You got dumpsters with locks on it because they're stuffing that shit with extra food that's being thrown out, man. This place doesn't. America does not know anything about what it means to starve, man. That food people say, man, I'm hungry. No, you're not, man. That's just your mind telling you that, man. But you really ain't hungry, man.
I saw something on the news. I saw something on the news that a big ass food fight. There's food flying all over the place.
That's only in America.
Yeah, they ain't see those.
No, you got people literally starving to death on the other side of the country, outside of the world, and niggas is throwing food and slamming pies in people's faces.
Hey, well, you got people at the restaurants throwing food away and then putting a lock on it so the bums can't eat it. And then you got people every day like, you know what? I don't want those leftovers, and just throw that shit away.
And the food is good. The food is fine. It's expired. The thing on the thing.
Stores,
yeah, it says it's expired, so we can't.
That's sold by such and such date, but this shit got another 2 weeks left of it. You know,
Give it to the poor.
That's probably what the brother just said, man. Just cut the food supply off, man.
Done.
You just wait till the famine food comes to America, man. These people are gonna know what misery is.
What they're gonna do is you're gonna see just like in Venezuela, you're gonna see a whole group of people walking the streets trying to get to Mexico or some shit.
Times a thousand.
They showed you in that movie 2012, or was it or the day after tomorrow, where everybody's trying to get into Mexico, and Mexico shut their borders down. Man. Like, fuck you, Americans.
That's how Trump trying to shoot the legs of them.
But they gonna do the same thing
They're
to
gonna do the
Americans,
same
man.
thing.
Alligator pits.
Hey, sharks with lasers.
Hey, and that's gonna be so beautiful, man. Cause them Israelites,
They gonna chop their ass up. They gonna sacrifice their ass.
Especially with you Edomite women. I know Issachar gonna get down on y'all, man.
You skinning them.
Edomites dead on the streets of Mexico.
Because a lot of them is out there near the border. The cartels, they out there patrolling the borders, man. Yeah, they out there near the border. That's where they run their shit, you know.
Issachar gonna get nasty out there in them days, boy. Especially when society collapses. These Issacharites gonna cross that border and they gonna have a field day. That cartel, you think Jake crazy now, chopping off heads and limbs? Wait till them savages come over here. You know?
People ain't had food.
About them.
Yeah.
You don't want to take
Hey, been telling you. I've been telling the truth.
Tell you about them thugs.
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
This is St. Matthew's chapter 24, verse 22. St. Matthew's chapter 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
Go ahead, though.
But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Yeah, because if it wasn't, then everything out here would just come to naught. Everything would be finished out here. However, for the elect's sake, the elect, who's the elect? The elect is it's the chosen people of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The days are shortened.
Hey, real quick.
But there's other people out here, man, the days are long as hell. You got people sitting on the corners, begging for pennies so they could go get a damn cigarette. Do you think their days are short? Hell no, the days ain't short, man.
To the time of Jacob's trouble, that's gonna be the longest time of their life, especially when the news drop.
And that's what we're pushing for. We're pushing for the Jacob's trouble because we know when that comes, then what comes after that is salvation, the kingdom of heaven. So yeah, we want that to come. But for us, these days are flying by right now. It ain't like we having a good time out here. Hell no,
Like
we
it
ain't.
feels like just yesterday us brothers got together. Man.
Yeah.
Done. That was 7 days ago.
Hey, and you know what that is? What the brother just said, that's a fulfillment of St. John 6 and 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, man. The spirit is what's quickening us, man. You know? I don't know this brother from a can of paint. But every time I see this brother, hey, it's like I'm rocking with him like I've been, like, yo, I grew up with him, man.
And that goes the same thing
No.
when brothers meet brothers from different camps that you never met before.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the same thing like with this brother. I know this brother enough now, all these brothers, whatever the case, but I mean the brother from another camp is like the same vibration.
Yeah.
Hey, one of the brothers in LA said, we met our best friends on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
Yashawama said that. I think he got that from someone else.
Well, shit, we met all of each other off of YouTube, really.
Hey, the brother said he got it. The brother said, hey, you see how the spirit work? The brother said he got it from El Yashawama.
Right.
The brother said he got it from somebody else. But who did we get it all from?
Yeah, but she
Yeah, Bashmi Shine.
Ultimately, comes from
And
the
that's
Lord.
what everybody gonna realize. That's why Ezekiel 33, bro, the main scriptures that we read all the time. Oh, this is Ezekiel 33 and 30. Bro, guess what, bro? Them basic scriptures is gonna come to pass. All right?
And that's what we push
Yeah, bro.
and it's clear that we're getting closer and closer
Yeah,
to that.
bro.
You know, because that's what the scripture's saying
Common
for the
sense.
elect's sake. So we're not saying we're the elect, but we're doing everything the elect would be doing if the elect was right here.
Who are
Yeah,
they?
that's
Yeah.
what the brother be saying. If not, where and who are they? You gotta point them out. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
This
Hey,
is sick.
the chances look very good. That's all we can say.
Looking very good for brothers.
Yes. And
Yeah.
nobody else out here doing this.
Hey, Con, because the brother was doing the math the other day. Your odds of being part of the elect is 0.00001%.
Barely.
But what we know the odds. You know, we know what cards to play, so to say. We got the guidebook. Like we're going to church, we got the guidebook, man.
Yeah, hey, and that can only be revealed unto you by knowing the name of Yahweh Shemiel Shai. That's Proverbs 18 and 10, man. That's the first to getting into this truth. Cause what, brothers, before we even knew precepts or anything, bro, brothers had to know the name. Like, I'm right, who should we? Watch your height, you know?
Rewind that back.
You had to get that name, bro.
Run it back 10 seconds.
Bro,
Hey,
right,
that was probably,
before 10
yeah, I was about to say, before the 10 seconds,
Hey,
he was
writing
trying to
that
get
name down on
right.
the page, like going on Google. Yahweh Shai. Okay, that's it. Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai. Shimmy? Yeah, bro. That's the strong tower that you people just walking right past
Right.
every fucking day.
Clicking past,
Looking
skipping.
past. You know?
Throwing that bitch
When this is the covenant. No? Hey, this is that sacred boat that's getting ready to take a float, man.
The real
No.
riches of the planet,
Hey,
man.
this is that as in the days of Noah.
Yeah, the art.
It's that spiritual art.
This is the new covenant being put on contract, so to say. Because we were told about it, it was written about, but now it's being put on wax, so to say.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fulfilled when we get those new bodies.
Embedded. It's going to be embedded in us.
in our DNA.
That's right. And that's why Daniel 7 and 18 says the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. How we going to take the kingdom? By first, us having that power, that strength, that wisdom being embedded in us, man. No? Yeah. 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 22. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain.
Yep, that's the majority of you people out here. The multitude, in other words. It's the multitude, the majority. You were born in vain. Your reason why you was born is to be destroyed. Go ahead.
That's right. And let my grape be kept in my plant.
That's the elect. All right. The Lord said, "Let the multitude perish, but let my grape be kept." All right. That cluster. Go ahead.
For with great labor have I made it perfect.
Yeah. See. So it said, "With great labor have I made it perfect." The Lord's gonna keep His elect safe out of the destruction. The multitude is gonna perish. All right. But however, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai has a certain people that He has set aside for Himself, and those people are gonna be fine. And those people are doing the work. They're laboring right now. All right. Yeah, we ain't worried, but it'll pass. Yeah.
It's just a little quick.
We've been rain on before. It ain't
checking the radar.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, kind of. How are you made perfect through that
Lord's
part?
will.
Yeah, dude, this makes us perfect. This is just part of the labor.
Yeah, in season and out season.
We'll stay in the rain today. Fuck it.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
Call up.
You done with that?
Yeah, that was that.
What did he end it off on?
2 Ezra 9.
All right. Kind of, this is a good one.
Great made perfect.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1. Damn, flies. 25. Because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men, and the weakness of the Most High is stronger than men.
The foolishness of the Most High is wise. The foolishness, the folly of the Most High of God is wiser than the most deepest wisdom of the so-called white man.
And you know the Lord got his some foolishness to him because he made us, man.
Exactly, bro. That's
he loves
why,
jokes, bro.
Hey, that's why I brought this out, bro.
ahead.
Hey, that's the spirit.
Oh, sorry.
You know, because bro, look at us, bro.
Jake
Look,
loves
look
it.
at
Doing this
us,
shit,
bro.
doing this.
Like we like some lames, bro. Like lames, like
Talking about superpowers and
don't
shit.
got no military might,
Hey,
no
that's
nothing.
the spirit.
You know?
Because say the foolishness of bro. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
spirit. Hey, that's
Let's
what
get into it. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
You know?
that's it.
I'm getting into that.
Yeah.
You know, cause
Okay.
bro, look, we like peons out here, bro. Look, oh, these kids.
These niggas in the
Yeah,
ring,
these
man.
kids think they gonna rule the world next. You know, like, look at us, bro.
Wearing
But
dirty
this is
curtains.
what the Most High is chosen, bro. Men, low men like us, poor, don't got shit. You know, unlearned men,
The
no
underdog.
college degrees, bro. That's what the Lord want, man. So He can show His power in us. You know.
It's beautiful.
It says, because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men, and the weakness of the Most High is stronger than men.
Yeah, the weakest points of the Most High is stronger than any nuclear missile out here, bro.
Yep.
All right. You don't understand. You don't understand the power of the universe, the power of Yasharallah, Israel. All right. You don't understand that. The weakest points of the Lord, which I dare say, you know, but the scriptures say is stronger than the man.
Yeah.
Stronger than the strongest parts of man. You gotta remember that's the creator of all. Go ahead.
Yes. These prophets saw these things, bro. Listen, like, he said, for ye see your calling, brethren. So Paul saw the end. You know, these prophets, they saw the great things that we gonna get, bro.
Kind.
They visioned it. You know, they had it, bro. They had that vision, bro.
Yeah.
They like, man, like, brothers, this is your calling, man. You know, I know y'all gonna be looking weak out there. They knew the prophecies. John saw the beauty of Babylon.
Nope.
Why marvel? John saw the greatness. John saw the cars, man. Daniel said knowledge shall be increased. Daniel saw, all the prophets saw these great things, but you had these weak men in these last days. Bro, it looked like we gonna lose, bro. It looked like that, right?
Yeah, it looked finished.
We ain't got no weapons. Oh, y'all are talking about y'all gonna do that. What weapons y'all got? It looked like that, right? That's what's so funny. The underdog. Love looking at that, bro. It looked like we ain't gonna be shit, man.
Good. Keep talking shit.
You
Keep
know?
that same energy. Because when the shit turns, it's gonna be ugly for you, man.
Yeah.
Keep that same energy.
It looked like we ain't gonna be shit, man.
Getting rained on and shit.
Yeah.
All dirty. Yeah, all right. Yeah, laugh. Yuck it up.
But that faith, bro.
Yep.
You know? I'm gonna read on. It says, for ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called, but the Most High has chosen the foolish things of the world.
Hey, look, this is foolish. We out here preaching.
Yeah.
It's drizzling a little bit, you know. It's foolish unto the world, man. Look, Jehovah's Witnesses, they packed it up. They said they closed up shop, man.
They didn't even go under the thing.
Yeah.
Where they at? Oh shit, they usually out there diligent.
God. But the Most High has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And the Most High has chosen the weak things of the world
Weak things of the world, go ahead.
to confound the things which are mighty.
God, the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. All right? This right here would be considered the weak things. Okay? But ultimately what? The mighty, which is so-called white man, he has to change the whole algorithm of YouTube up just so he can combat the truth.
Yeah, and he controls it, so to say. You know?
You see that? This thing isn't in vain that brothers are doing. This thing is working. Everything is working the way it's supposed to work. Go ahead.
Hey, because if this was of men, we would have been like, hey, man, we got to get out of here.
Yeah,
We got to go.
Pass it up.
But this ain't of men. The Spirit, hey.
Hey, the Lord creates the rain, man. The Lord creates rain, man.
A little rain.
So the least we can do is endure a little rain and continue to push His word.
It don't happen every
It's not
week.
like it's fucking pouring. Like, you know, if it starts to pour, we'll move. But it ain't pouring, you know.
The Spirit got to be on you to be out here to stand stiff, to preach the word out of the Bible that everybody got on their bookshelf that they don't fucking read. But they claim they read. They claim they know.
Yeah, you
See?
might get the wisdom of Solomon 5. I know we bring it out a lot, but that's got to be brought up. But you finish that.
Hey,
Yeah.
well,
I'm gonna finish this.
Yeah, finish that.
I got something that goes right with that.
Well, go ahead then. Go ahead.
All right, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9.
God.
For I think that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai have set forth us,
Right.
the apostles' last,
Right.
as it were, proved to death. For we are made a spectacle
Spectacle.
unto the world, and to angels, and to men.
God. You see these charlatans and shit passing by. You got people looking out the window at us, don't know what the hell they're looking at. But like the brother said, we made a spectacle onto the people. All right, go ahead.
Verse 10, we are fools. Woo. We are fools.
And you go into the Spanish, it says local. We're crazy.
Fine.
Crazy.
It says we're crazy for Yahushua, man. It ain't right we're crazy for this word,
It ain't
man.
right, bro.
God, it says, 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 10. We are fools for Hamashiach's sake,
That's right.
but ye are wise in Christ.
You see that? We're actually wise. Yeah, we are fools out here. Look at us, man. This is my family knew what I was doing right now. They'd be like, hey, get your ass inside, man. Look at you and you're sick outside, man. Get your ass inside. My family see me doing this shit right now. What the fuck? This is what you've been doing every weekend for the past 5 years?
Get in the car.
Get your ass in the car, bro. Yeah, man.
God,
That's right, go ahead.
it says we are weak, but ye are strong.
In season, out of season.
In season, out of season, we are strong. This is showing actual strength. Yeah, we look weak. Yeah, we could get sick, absolutely. However, this is showing strength.
How much sicker can we get?
He's coming back for he's coming for the sick, not those that are made whole.
Hey, brother, it was one time, hey, this ain't nothing, bro. Brothers done went through a fucking storm where fucking ice was on the ground.
Hailstorm, man.
Yeah, hailstorm, man, in Florida.
Yeah, in the
In
summer.
Florida, man.
And July the 4th.
Yeah.
July the 4th.
You know? Yeah, so how many, hey, this ain't shit, bro.
This ain't nothing.
You know? A little bit more, it says, we are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised.
That's right. And yes, we are. We are laughed at. We're mocked. We're putting derision out here. You can get wisdom Solomon 5 now. Yeah, we're putting derision out here. They look at us like, what the fuck is wrong with these guys, man? Racist, bunch of racists outside, these racist motherfuckers. Yeah, they hate our guts, man. But the Lord said that we are actually wise. We are strong. All right? It don't seem that way, but we know because we feel the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. We know we're strong. You can't see the strength, but we feel it.
Hey,
It's a spiritual thing.
Before he gets that real quick, let me get this in Sirach. You brought it out last night in the conference call. This is Sirach because you said, you know, the description of the brother said you are honorable, but you are despised. This is Sirach chapter 44 and verse 9. Sirach chapter 44 verse 9. And some there be which have no memorial, who are perished as though they have never been, and are become as though they had never been born, and their children after them. But these were merciful men, whose righteousness hath not been forgotten.
That these are merciful men, which righteousness has not been forgotten. All right? The Lord is not going to forget our righteousness, bro. This right here, what we're doing, this is written in the book of life.
People look at what we're doing, man, and they don't take account of our labors, like what the brother's about to go into in Sirach 5, man.
Yep.
Or Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. They're not taking account of these labors, man. They forgot all about us, man, until the day the Lord returns. Then that's how they know. Go ahead and get it.
Hey, can I?
Yeah, you gotta finish that.
Sirach, go ahead, bro.
It's, back in 1 Corinthians 1 and 28, and the base things of the world and the things which are despised hath the Most High chosen. And that's us. The base things of the world, the things that are despised. Niggas. Yeah, niggas, first and foremost, Israelites. Right? The minorities. And just showed you we are the base things of this world. Oh, wait, we just talking, you kill a nigga, you get 10 years in 5 years, you know, 5 years in, 5 years out, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right?
That's what you get.
We are the base things of the world. It says, hath the Most High I chosen, yea, the things which are not, to bring to naught the things that are. Breaking down foundations, strongholds, man. Right? Prophesying against his kingdom. Bringing his kingdom down, man.
Yep.
Every time we come out here and speak, we put out that righteous vibration.
That's right!
All right? And the light always overcomes darkness,
That's
man.
right!
All right? If this light be in the world, then darkness cannot coexist with it, man.
Impossible.
That's why they got to get rid of us. They're going to try because this is light. And light cannot live with darkness. As soon as you cut on that light, that darkness escapes, man.
Right.
And when you cut off that light, it's complete darkness. They can't exist. Part of the room can't be dark and light, man. It's either one or the other.
Hey, that's
All
why
right?
the Lord divided the earth. He divided the light from the darkness.
Because you know, the Lord not going to go against his own, you know, physics and way of death. You know, like, it just going to go together, man. All right? Hey, and there it is again.
Hey, good. Hey, the scripture say, he that endured to the end. You gotta endure this thing, man. You can't be out here for videos, likes. You gotta be out here for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And that's precious in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, your faith being on trial. You know? But, you know, I don't want to go off. You got it.
Son, that no flesh should glory in his presence. But of him are ye in Yahushai, who of the Most High is made unto us wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption, that according as it is written, he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord.
Let us glory in the Lord. So he that glorieth, glory in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We don't glory in Egypt. We don't glory in Pharaoh. We don't glory in our possessions. We glory in our suffering. Because we understand what's about to happen here. Yeah, that's our cue. That's our cue.
Keep it rolling. Keep preaching though.
Yeah, keep rolling.
Hey,
Con, hey, get with me something fast.
Hey, cut, I'm on there. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness, in the face of such as afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. It says,
That's right, because what? These people don't make account of our neighbors, man. Here it is. We out here looking like fools, you know, preaching his word. You know, it don't matter if it's raining, if it's snowing, you know, beginning with our apostles and elders on down, we always out here, man. You know, the Lord always, they're not stopping.
It's raining over there.
You know, that's what, hey, we always out here no matter what, man. Because we know we got a greater reward than just suffering. This ain't nothing, man. You know, people come up to us with knives, you know, trying to kill us. You know, people hate us. Our own families try to separate themselves from us. But what? Because they're not considered, what did it say? Considered it out of in? No, what you just read? Labor.
it says,
Took no account.
No account. They don't make accounts. They're like, oh, there's no profit in that. They're just wasting their time looking stupid. You know? But little do they know, you know, this is the greatest work you can do on the earth, man. Right. Preach the word of the Lord.
Right.
You know? You know, people look at us like we're crazy, preaching, reading Bibles in the rain. You know, come out every week to read the same shit over and over. Well, little do they know that we have our reward is in the heavens.
What to back you up? What did Noah do for 100 years? He prophesied to Jake for 100 years, man. All right? Because Jake didn't believe that flood, Jake didn't believe the flood was going to come in. No? But what? The spiritual flood, hey, that flood of thermonuclear missiles is coming, man. And that's why we out here. Because what? Jake don't believe we building up the spiritual ark, and Jake don't believe that a flood of thermonuclear missiles is going to come to make this the lake of fire. You know? And the spiritual boat is a chariot for us to get out of here, man. You see? So Jake don't believe. So what we doing? Starting with Elder Apostle Harold down. All right? We're building that spiritual ark out there, still putting the pieces together. And what is that putting pieces together? Is making sure brothers in orders, man. Certain decrees is coming down from the heads. For brothers to be in order, doing videos. Spending time with the brothers, being out, being diligent, man. These are all symbolic to putting up that mortar, all right? Not on timber mortar, but that spiritual mortar to putting things together to the building of the kingdom of heaven, man. All right? And what? We're doing the same thing Noah did, man. See? Yeah, come, we're doing the same thing Noah did, man. We're just building that spiritual ark. Because once, like I said, you know, through the spirit, once this boat take off and go afloat, all right, you will warn that rain of thermonuclear missile was gonna come. We showed you the sign, we showed you the signs, all right? You marked. You walked past the prophets, you mocked, scoffed, and scorned at us at our jobs, our loved ones. All right, guess what, man? Hey, you were shown that a prophet was among you, man. So you ain't exempt from judgment, man. All right, with that spiritual flood come through, man. All right, and that's gonna be by the way of the whole shut. All right, coming by the way of thermonuclear fire, and with the chariots, man. Because he said what in Luke the 4th chapter?
Hey, you can walk by.
What will be? What he said? I come to send fire on the earth, and what will be it if it were already kindled, man? All right. So that fire is already going to be kindled when Yahweh shall return, man. And that's what we're here to do. Whether it rain, sleet, hail, storm, guess what? You're going to always see the prophets, man. All right? It don't matter. But you got it? Spirit. Okay. Guys, look. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such that have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled.
Read verse 1 again, brother.
Sloppy.
Yeah,
Sloppy.
at that point.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such that have afflicted him.
Yeah, so the righteous men are standing in great boldness in the faces of you Edomites. You afflicted us. We standing right in front of your face on your streets, in your big cities, your metropolitans, and you go any city, any big city, even small city, you're gonna see brothers standing in boldness and right in the midst of you, looking you dead in the eye, calling you out, calling you the devil right in front of your face, telling you what you did, showing you signs of what you did. And so all you can do is walk by with that cheesy ass Edomite smile, man. Walk by like that. You know what you did. You know you evil. And we telling you that, we calling you out, you can't say shit to it. Just like that cat last week, that Edomite that came up to the camp last week, smiling and shit. The brother preaching, going hard, and you get this weak ass, soft ass Edomite come on with a cheesy ass smile on, man.
Talking about M16s.
There ain't nobody trying to hear about that shit, man. We're telling you your judgment, right in your face, and you can't do it, and they call the cops. And they called the cops, and we still stood up there, ain't even barely acknowledged those cats.
Hey, the cops was with us.
They was here. We was breaking the law.
He was like, y'all ain't doing nothing wrong.
If we broke the law, then I see, but we was breaking the law. They don't have to like it. That comes up. Go ahead, bro. Read it again.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1.
Yep.
Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such that have afflicted him and made no account of his labors.
Yep. Just Esau doesn't make account for the labors of the Israelites. He takes all our hard work and he takes credit for it. He don't give credit to Esau. He don't give credit to Jacob. He gives credit to himself. So you know what? We're gonna tell you right to your face that you're a devil and a thief. We're gonna call you a devil and a thief right to your face. And you're gonna have to, and you ain't shit you can do about it. We're not breaking the law. You can say whatever they want to say to us, but we're not breaking the law. You can call whatever police officer, centurion you want over here. We're gonna stand right in front of your face and tell you right up, you wicked, you the devil, and this is what's gonna happen to you. We're gonna show you the pictures, or we're gonna get you another precept. Oh, you don't believe us? Look at another. You believe in the Bible, right? Oh, okay, well, Isaiah. Okay. We're gonna get you another precept. We're gonna show you in the Bible. All right, well, this is what it says. Yeah, you almost fucked up his bin. You know? So we're gonna tell you straight up all the time. Every week, as long as we still have liberty to do this, we're gonna do it. And there's nothing you can say. Go ahead, Delta.
I was gonna say, you know, right now you have this so-called whistleblower thing going out right now, right? You have Donald Trump and them. They, you know, I had the right to be able to see who's accusing me and so on and so forth. You know, a lot of these people that's in this so-called truth movement, you know, when you walk down those paths, some people are like, you don't want to touch on this, they'll put you to death, they'll kill you. I'm afraid, like Nipsey Hussle. They said that they killed him over the information about the Dr. Sebi and stuff. So you see how when you blow certain whistles about certain things, the elites come down on you. A lot of musicians, the same thing happened to them, right? But what? We out here on the highways and the byways, and our video epistles, putting up videos exposing the reality of these Edomites. We're not just saying the so-called international Jewish bankers. We name them by names, man. Oh, the Rothschilds, which scripturally they go back to the Edomites. To the Edomites, all right? We letting you know who these people are, their downfall and everything about them, exposing their wickedness, you know? But what, we standing out here in great boldness, and then what? They'll delete a channel or so, whatever, give us strikes, but we don't cower over that. We'll put up another channel, man. We'll keep going.
See, Esau missed the opportunity. They should have destroyed us back in the 80s. They should have shut all that shit down back in the 80s.
They tried. They tried.
They tried, hey. But they missed a prime opportunity. You can't do it now. This is a delicate thing now. You try to destroy the Israelites, it's gonna clearly go back on you.
Hey, but
too many people awake now.
Hey, but it's beautiful because it's the same thing that happened when Moses came on the scene. All right, when Yahushua came on the scene, they knew it was about time. So it's like, yo, we got to get rid of these little babies before the right one come up, man. And you know, now it's a lot worse with the abortions and things going on. That now the prophets that you see standing up here beforehand, the crack era and stuff like that, all these different things that happened to us growing up, man. How the hell did we come out like this, man? Unscathed from all these different things. Now we stand up in great boldness. It's like, look, man, we pushed the crack era on them. We pushed MTV and BET on them.
Didn't work.
We pushed all this other madness on them, and none of this stuff is working. And they still finding out, man. You know?
Spend billions of dollars trying to hide this. If you go into the book of Revelation 12 and 12, it says eventually they're going to come down with great wrath upon us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so eventually they're going to be like, you know what? That's enough. That's enough. Let's get them. And they're going to show their horns. Yep. You know, and it's going to be a hard time out here to be a so-called black man or Hispanic man out here. But guess what? The very next phase after that is when Yahushua comes back, and you're gonna see Israelites going lift up into the clouds. Read on, bro.
Yeah, I got a precept.
Oh, no, read on the next verse of wisdom. Get that. You can get that after that.
All right, I got you. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Yeah.
So far beyond all that they look for.
Yeah, you're gonna look up with great fear and terror when you see that. We were talking about that last night when you see the spaceship, the chariots of the Lord come back. You're gonna look up and you're gonna see the Israelites getting lifted up into salvation. And what's gonna be on your mind, Esau? When you see that, what's gonna be on your mind when you see something like this, like that? You see the Independence Day one, the first Independence Day. You see the size of them shits. Imagine that. Imagine you actually saw that and were like, y'all ain't playing, y'all ain't thinking, bro. Y'all ain't got no imagination. Esau showed you a movie, which is
They ain't got no spirit.
Man, ain't no fucking spirit, bro. Y'all look at that for entertainment. Yo, Esau brought that shit out. That's in the Bible, bro. Yo, that whole Independence Day movie, that is one of the dopest movies, man. Talking about salvation. It's showing you the salvation of Israel, but it's showing us some Edomite wing type shit. Edomites, you know, go put a virus in the, you know what I'm saying? Man, this ain't gonna happen, bro.
Hijack a UFO, put a virus into them.
Take their shields down, and they shoot them with missiles. That ain't gonna work, bro.
Hey, but even in that movie, Esau had to have Jake save his ass, man.
Jake did it,
Yeah, it had to be Jake to save their ass, man.
Yeah, Jake was up. Jake went up there. Jake and Amalek. Whatever.
Yeah.
Spaceship.
Yeah.
You know?
Put a virus in the computer.
Yeah, put a virus in their system.
In Yahushua's computer.
Yeah, good one, Esau. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, good story. Good story. But go get the one you got on your phone.
Yeah, cut. Real quick, you know, going in on the counsel of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, right? This is Proverbs chapter 19, verse 21. And it reads, Proverbs 19, verse 21. There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, that shall stand.
Mm-hmm. And it'll never fall. And that's why, hey, that's standing in great boldness. All right, here it is, 2019. You still seeing this? Men in robes on the corners reading paper Bibles. All right, this is the counsel of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's not gonna fail. When you see counsel of the so-called white man, hey man, what's gonna? You're gonna catch a big L. You see counsel from Yahweh Shem Yahushua and his men.
You're gonna catch a bigger L. You don't take it.
You won't catch an L in the flesh, but guess what? You setting yourself up for a big win. If you seek counsel of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay.
Yeah, if I may add, that's why Psalms 2 says, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, man. The Most High is going to laugh. Why? Because these other nations actually think that one world order all right, it's gonna come in perfection, man. They actually think they're gonna have one up on Zay, man. But the Heavenly Father, all right, He already declared it from the beginning what was gonna go down. You see? But the counsel of the Lord, that's gonna stand, man. The counsel of the Lord is to what? Wipe away you damn Edomites, man. See? You know, heathen spirit, and put the world under subjection under the so-called Negroes, so-called Latino Indians. Start with the chief, which is Yahweh Shah Mashah, King David, and the apostles on down. So, in order to send the righteousness on the planet Earth, man. That's the counsel of the Heavenly Father, man. All right, the Lord already sealed it up from the beginning. That's why Psalms 33 and verse 8 says, He spake and it was done. The Heavenly Father already spoke this, man. This shit is already through. We just living it through, man. All right. Okay, so the end is already manifested, man. We just protagonists in the movie, man. You know?
Go ahead.
God, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, verse 3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we have sometimes in derision?
Yeah, it's gonna be unbelievable to them. They're gonna be like, these motherfuckers? You know? The ones they had in derision, the ones that making fun of, pointing at, throwing water bottles at, throwing soda bottles at, spitting at.
Scoffing on the internet at.
Yeah. Putting up comments, putting up all these comments on their page and everything.
Making memes out of us, posting up pictures like we zoo animals, man.
You having a good time, man. Yeah, you getting likes on your shit, and you was making fun of the prophets the whole time, but guess what? The prophets were right the whole time. You had them in derision. Go ahead.
Con, it says, so I'm reading again. This was he whom sometimes we have in derision, and in a proverb of reproach, we fools accounting his life madness.
Yeah, you counted our lives as madness. You thought we were just a bunch of crazy dudes out there. What's this nigga doing, though? He's expecting going through the doors and shit. Come on, man. Say ass.
What's that? We wouldn't be out here sitting like ducks.
Yeah, that's the hell you can. Yeah, don't you ask us, man? You're walking all in front of our camera and say twice. Well, anyways, alright, so I'm gonna be on the phone.
Yeah, I gotta be on the phone.
Yeah, you ain't on no damn phone, though.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 4. We fools, accounting his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered amongst the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints?
Yeah, and it's with honor. Sorry, you want to say something?
I was gonna say, last time we was out here, you had those guys came up posting up with pictures, right? So imagine all those people that do stuff like that. They want to take pictures for entertainment purposes. Talking about this, where you're talking about how is he numbered against the children of the Most High? When they start seeing this deliverance and everybody around them getting put to death, but they got these pictures of how they made mockery of us, got all these likes on the internet about us, talking all kind of shit. Like, damn, they was right the whole time, man. Now what do you do in your mind? Now you can't even call out to God because you realize now that, oh damn, the God that I was gonna call out, the real God, is actually for them, and I was scoffing against them. Now where do you run it? Like, play that shit through your mind. Like, yo, that's the biggest damn I done fucked up, man.
They don't have a strong tower. You know, they go into church trying to seek God. They go to church in these buildings everywhere hands trying to seek the Most High. You know, and then you have us out here reading the same Bible that you reading. You're not even reading it though. You know,
and making mockery.
You got one though. You make mockery. You making fun of us. Well, yeah, you come back.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're right. But we're making fun of you. You know, because we actually have the true understanding of what the scriptures are actually saying. Like, you think you know something. You think you got all this love. Well, you gonna hit that shit over. You think you know it's all about love. You know, you don't even understand what love is. You don't even understand what the word love is. If we ask you what love is according to the Bible, you're gonna be like, oh, it's the love of Jesus. You can't define the word love with love, dumbass. You know, you're gonna say all types of things except for keeping the Lord's statutes and commandments. You're gonna say everything but being humble. You're gonna come up to us. You're gonna try to argue and debate us. You're gonna come against the elders and apostles while they're out there on the highways and byways. The men are men of age.
Labor.
And you're gonna try to debate those men? And then you think you got one up on them? You got cats like a G-Man, chocolate covered Edomite, trying to go up and not even debate, just talking over people. You're gonna have to pay for that shit, man. Like, why would you do that to yourself? It's alright though. It's written that it's supposed to happen. You had us in derision, well guess what's gonna happen to you? Death and destruction. Go ahead, bro.
Con. Wisdom of
go ahead, man.
This is Acts chapter 5 and verse 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men. and let them alone.
Leave them alone. Yeah, you scoffing at us or doing all this extra shit. Just leave them alone, bro. Because read on.
For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught.
Yeah, because if this wasn't of the Most High, then it would have stopped a long time ago. But it's still here. If it was men, it would have been done. So if you think this is some bullshit we're doing, then just have a little patience, and it'll eventually go away. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 39. But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it. Least happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High.
Right. So if this be of the Most High, it can't come to naught. It's gonna be here forever. It's gonna reign supreme. And you trying to come against this is like you trying to fight God. Like you're gonna lose, bro. You can't fight God. You pray to God. You trying to fight this. How stupid can you be? All right. You ain't gonna win that match. So if you really think that what we're doing out here is of man and it's some bullshit, then leave them alone. It's gonna eventually pass away. Yeah. But y'all don't read the scriptures. You don't even know that's even in there. Yeah. You have to have faith. We have faith in what we're doing out here. Takes faith to do this. To come out here and scream at, to yell and be mad. And, it takes a lot of energy to do this. You think you really want to be out here talking about you fucking homosexual, you fucking white? We don't want to do this shit. But y'all gotta get told off. We gotta bring in the kingdom of heaven. We have to prophesy and we have to warn you people what's about to come. Yeah, hey, this is our job. This is what we're literally gonna get paid for this. So but you have to finish the job. You ain't gonna get paid if you don't finish the job.
4 hours.
Okay, yeah, exactly. And then you go back and do some other shit. You ain't gonna get the paycheck. All right? We're looking for a paycheck, but it really more than that, we want to see our Lord Yahweh Shai reign supreme. He deserves the kingdom, and we have to bring in the king. We have to usher in the kingdom. That is our job. Whether we die, whatever the case may be, we're ushering the kingdom of heaven. And Yahweh Shai is going to come back, and he's going to get his kingdom one way or another. It's our job to bring it in.
Right. Hey, I got a preach because going in on the job.
Yep.
I'm going to start from 1. The point is 2. 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. I charge thee therefore before the Most High and the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing of his kingdom. Preach the word, be instant, in season, out of season. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine.
That's the job requirements. That's what we're supposed to do. Yeah, when you go on Indeed.com and you're looking for a job, you gotta see you gotta be able to lift 50 pounds, do all this. Hey, that's the job requirement. All right. You gotta reprove, rebuke. Go ahead, bro.
We do that using the word, because the scriptures say what the word is used for correction, for reproof, for rebuke. The scriptures say specifically that the word is used specifically for that. So that's how we're coming out here and we're doing that through this word. Not by our own doctrine, not by our own words, but what the scriptures say. That's why when you go to these churches, there's no rebuke happening, there's no correction happening, there's no exhortation happening, because they're not going into the word, man. That's how you're going to correct people. That's how we rebuke people. All right? Like the brother was saying, we come out here and we curse and stuff like that, but this is what we do right here. This is the main point of it. This is how we cursing the people out, man, using this word, man.
Scriptures. It tells you all scripture is given for
Yeah, that's why I quote. All scripture is used for that, man. For that correction, for that rebuke, man.
Because you can't correct people according to your own heart. You got to correct them according to the Holy Bible, and that's what we out here for. We're not just out here with our own opinions or how we feel. We're telling you what the Lord said.
This is Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Right. So we are to what? Show our people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. Our people is the house of Jacob. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Our job is to show you your transgressions. What you're doing is wrong.
Using the word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Going back again to the word.
Yeah. This is the tool. All right.
That's what tells you why they're going. Not why, but how they're going on.
Yeah, just like Esau,
It's the standard.
Like Esau pull you over, he'll quote the statutes, There's something. Well, guess what? We're going back to the scripture. Look, you're breaking this law. This is the penalty for it. Just like when you get pulled over, man. Hey, we're the righteous police, man. We're the police for the Most High, man.
I'm saying that word police go back to policy. Police here, you know?
We've established the policy, man.
Go ahead.
We're the lawgivers, man. We're the lawyers, man. We're the priesthood, right? The priesthood under Melchizedek. We're the lawgivers, man. We're giving it to you like it says on paper, man. Just like Esau gets you in those court and he beat you over the head with that book, man. Hey, that's the same thing that we doing to you niggas, man.
With judges.
Yeah, we sitting here beating you over the head with the book, man. Except we doing it in righteousness, man. We're not sentencing nobody to 20, 30 years for stealing a highlighter from Dollar Tree, man. We're over here trying to give you salvation with this book, man. We're trying to help you get salvation or receive condemnation, man. Receive death. Because this is not what we come out here is not to write open pleas, man. We're not trying to get a bargain deal with you, man. You're going to get it. And the beautiful thing about the Lord is the Lord gives you the opportunity to choose your sentence, man. Something that you can't do in Esau's court. You can't go to Esau's court and choose your sentence, whether you get this or you go off scot-free, man. You want to go off scot-free to the sins that you've committed on this earth, man, then repent and come back to the Lord and serve Him, man. Come back to these laws, man. And that's what we're doing, coming out here and telling our people to do, man. Repent, man. What Yahushua said, repent for the kingdom of heaven is at hand, man. The kingdom of heaven is getting ready to be ushered in, and you motherfuckers out here bullshit, man. Spitting at the men of the Lord and talking all types of shit, man. It's lucky for my Swahili, but hey, man, it's got to be said, man.
Trying to pose in front of posters.
Yeah, man.
It's a game.
This is what we come out here to do, man. To get you Jakes out there to wake the hell up, man, so we can seal the elect, man. That's what we trying to do out here, man. Seal the elect. To hell with everybody else, man. The Lord didn't give a damn about nobody else. He gave a damn about the elect. That's why He prayed for them, man.
Go ahead, Maya Kali.
It's Proverbs chapter 12.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. To the point of the precept, brother brought out, the scriptures is made for reproof, to tell our people to get back right. Because again, going to that standard, when everybody would say, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way, but what is the standard? The Most High, He says what is right, what is wrong. That's what we follow according to, not of our own ways, right? Our own devices, that's what gets us destroyed.
And to go along with that standard, that's what the Lord told us to do in Babylon, man. Raise ye up a banner, raise ye up a standard up against Babylon, man. This is that standard that's being set, man. All right, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Fear the Most High.
That's straight to the point, right? Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, right?
This is what if you want to get it in a nutshell.
If you want to answer, right?
Yeah.
Quote the chapter and verse.
Ecclesiastes 12 verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
This is the reason why we're up here. Okay, this is the whole reason. If you want it in a nutshell, a quick soundbite, go ahead.
Fear the Most High, because that's the what? The beginning of knowledge.
Yep. Beginning of wisdom.
Yep. Wisdom.
Understanding Him.
And what's his name?
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Go ahead.
Hashem Yahushua. Through His Son. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty of men.
That's it. That's why we're put on this earth. We put on this earth to fear the Lord. And fear the Lord is likened on the wisdom. And wisdom is what? Doing what's right. And what's right? The Lord that the Lord gave unto His men. It's so simple.
Obedience in one word.
Right, obedience. If you want it in one word,
Obedience.
obedience. All right, and you have to show obedience unto your power. You believe in God. You say you're a God-fearing Christian. Well, where's your beard, bro? Like, what's going on with you? You're lying, bro. Why you lie so much?
Hey, what the scripture say? He that followeth not my commandments, or he that said that he loved the Most High and do His master's commandments,
Right.
is a liar.
Yeah, the Lord ain't with him.
Hey, that's these you can put Christianity put these Egyptology ass people. You can put these people over at IUIC. You can put them all in that scripture, with the majority of them in IUIC. All right. He that said that loveth the Father and doeth not his, keep not his commandments, the love of the Father is not in him, man. How you gonna say you love the Most High and because the love of the Most High as well? We went into it earlier, keeping the commandments. All right.
You hate your brother, you know.
Yeah, man.
All types of shit, dumb shit, man.
Here it is. You getting edge ups. You getting lineups. You still smoking weed. You still you not following the Shabbat to the best of your ability, man. You over here still committing adultery. You still stealing, but you say you love the Most High. What the hell's wrong with you people, man?
Those are easy things. Those are the first things that brother stop doing.
Still eating shrimp, still eating pork, but you say you love the Most High on every Sunday, man. You clapping your damn hands like a baboon, man. But you say you love the Most High.
In there every Sunday with the tambourine, and, you know, that shit ain't the Most High ain't dealing with that, bro.
You ready to get out of here, man? That's right. This place is sickening, man. You 2/3 gotta go, man. This is why we ain't gonna have no pity for you people, man. You damn hypocrites, man. All of y'all, man. Hypocrites. You don't love the Most High, man. Only his men that was there from the beginning love him. Alright? So stop saying it, man.
Yeah, because the Lord said, love not in word only, but in deed and in truth. You know, you can say one thing out your mouth, but how are you showing the Lord that you love him? But you can go to church every Sunday and hoot and holler and stomp your feet, clap your hands, but then the next day you doing everything contrary to the Lord, man.
Hey, real quick, continuing on from Ecclesiastes 12:13, it says, "For God shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil."
So it's all gonna come to light. You get a judgment for whatever it is you're doing. And we expect a judgment for ourselves too. But our judgment that we expect for us is gonna be different from the judgment that you are gonna get out there. Let me get something real quick. This is in the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 23. Take thou away, Amos 5 and 23. It says, take thou away from me the noise of thy songs.
And that's what you get in the churches, man. All that, Jesus was, all that nonsense, man.
I'm finna start clapping.
Yeah. That's all them songs, man. That they think they singing unto the Most High, but he ain't hearing none of that. They ain't praising him, man. They got Kanye West concerts and people going berserk in there, bro.
Working
doing all kinds of crazy shit in there, thinking that they're actually pleasing the Lord, man. The Lord ain't listening to that.
Bet. I'll read it again. There's more to it though. Amos 5 and 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows.
Hey, cause what? They used to play the harps. Our people used to play all them instruments and sing them songs. Unto what? Unto the Lord.
Yeah, y'all can go
now,
back
all
over
people
there.
want to play piano,
You good.
organ, all that nonsense. The Lord ain't hear none of that, man. This is the song the Lord's want to hear right now, man. The men of the Lord on the highways and byways teaching his word, man. That only this song that only the elect will know. This is the song that the Lord's pleased with.
What's that? Psalms 149, 147? Sing a new song unto the Lord, man. The Lord's sick and tired of these old songs that he's been hearing, man. You don't want to hear this shit no more. All this buffoonery, yeah, like the brother said, man. All this nonsense that you people been giving onto these false idols, man. The Lord that's been going up to the Lord, man. The angels have been making report of this, man. The eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. All right? He's seen it all, man. He's heard it all. And he's tired of it, man. That's why the scriptures say sing unto the Lord a new song, man. A new song, and this is that new song, man. All right? Go ahead.
If I may add, when you go back to King Solomon, even in the book of Kings, man, they worship, even in Judges, they sacrifice, like the brother was going into, they sacrifice to false idols, man. You know, commit adultery, idolatry, you know, giving up those spiritual sacrifices to these gods, and the Lord is smelling that, man. You know?
Ill savor,
yeah, so
ill smell, man.
Right, so
that's why he did away with the actual sacrifices, man. The lamb, the sheep, doves.
Well, let me read up. Amos 5 and 21. I despise your feast days, and I will
Because the feast days were the high holy days, man. That they would give reverence to the Lord, give him thanks, burn the sacrifices. Now he despises them, man. For the rest of these people, because now what they call Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter dinner, all that nonsense. But the only thing feast that he's satisfied with, which we do to rehearse the righteous acts, is his high holy days. But he's only looking at the elect for that, man.
Yeah.
He don't care about you people eating Thanksgiving dinners and Easter and all that. That's nonsense to him, man.
I hate.
And this goes back all the way to the ancient Babylon, man. Because they were doing this since all these captivities long ago, man.
Amos 5:21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings.
Yeah, because the fat was a savory, offering unto the Lord, man. The fat of the lamb, that was the Lord that required that, man. All right, all the first offerings unto him, all that the Lord was satisfied with. But now he was not pleased with it no more, man, because he knew it was all in vain. Because our people, man, are a bunch of hypocrites. Go ahead.
It says, verse 22, though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them.
Yeah, the Lord ain't accepting them, man. So here it is. Our people were, going back to that time and all the way to the time of Yahushua. All them offerings were for nothing, man. Waste of food. And they had these scriptures in the time of Yahushua. They weren't taking heed to it though. The Amos was written before Yahushua was on the scene. But what, they were still making sacrifices during the time of Yahushua, man. The scribes and Pharisees, the leaders of the temple.
Which is why they would have it in their cellars.
Exactly.
The doves and stuff in there. That's why you flipped over the table.
Exactly, yeah. That's why they were selling them, exactly.
Yep.
So they can go sacrifice them, man.
That's the one. That's my phone.
Oh, you put your phone up there?
Yeah,
Oh, I
exactly.
was going to say some sort of shit up. Hey, all up. Reading back.
Yeah, wisdom.
Back in the book of Amos, 5 and 22, I'll read on. I'm gonna keep reading. It says, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
Yeah, see the fat, like you said earlier, the peace offerings. The fat was the peace offerings, man. Like the lamb, you couldn't eat. You're not supposed to eat the fat of the animal. That was for the Lord. That was that peace offering. Hey, remember? You remember when we was in Mississippi?
Oh yeah, with
Brother threw the lamb on the grill, bro,
Man.
and we thought it was gonna be burnt. Bro, the whole grill caught on fire. Brother was outside doing his thing. The whole grill caught on fire. We're like, oh man, the lamb's gonna be burnt. Brother, he not extinguished the fire, but it went down. Brother looking at the lamb, it was perfectly cooked, but all the fat was gone, bro. And that's when all the brothers was together. And that's what it was, man. Through the spirit. That's why the Lord only accepted it from His men. Because if somebody was to do that today, that's a bug out. And that would be just a waste of food for him. He might as well eat the fat. But what we know we're not supposed to eat the fat because that's for the Lord. That's for the peace offering unto the Lord. And we actually witnessed that,
Yeah, in real time, in real life. Back in 23, Amos 5 and 23 again. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. But let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream.
Yeah, that's right. That's what's going to go down, man. It's the judgment of the Lord, man. The judgment of the Lord is going to run down like waters, man. And take a look at a waterfall. Once that waterfall gets going, ain't nothing stopping it, man. Nature, nothing can stop the waterfall, man. Don't get caught up with Esau's nonsense with the dams and that. Yeah, the Lord's making, speaking parabolic right now, man. And that's how the Lord's judgment's going to rain down, man. Ain't no sacrifice to appease them anymore for the wicked, because what? The sacrifice to appease his wrath unto the righteous was Yahushua, right? That was the sacrifice that was acceptable in his sight, so that his elect could get that mark of exemption. All right, the wrath could get passed away from them. So what? The blood of Yahushua, just like the wrath was passed back in the before we left Egypt, man, with the blood of the Lamb. And now it's the blood of Yahushua, which is that unblemished Lamb.
That was it on that. You got something, brother?
Yeah, I got something real quick. This is Psalms 51. And I'm going to start at verse 9. The point is at 17.
Okay.
Hide thy face from my sins
Yes, sir. Okay.
and blot out all my iniquities. And I want to say something real quick too, man, because, you know, as we up here, we saying the blood of Yahushua. Like, that term is so watered down because these Christians, bro, they just use it so much. The blood of Christ, like, you hear all this.
The blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus.
Like, bro, do you really understand? Like, so it's like we gotta make that new again. Bring that vibration, make it new. Like, really bring it forth, man. Because it's used so loosely. The blood of Christ, the blood of Christ. That's all they say. Oh, the blood of Jesus, wash me in the blood. They make it. They bring so much of a weak vibration with that, man. So that's why, brothers, when we hear those things, we have to actually understand what that means, man. All right? Through the blood of Yahushua have we been made clean, man. Have we been brought forth? Okay? Remember that. Understand that, man. A man came down in the flesh, took on the same rightful, sinful flesh, all right, and shed his blood for us. He paid the ultimate price, man. You know how when you go into the military, you die, they come back with
a flag.
Fold up flags. He paid the ultimate price. Well, Yahushua was led as a lamb to the slaughter, man. All right, they had a chance. They was able to fight back and shoot back, man. Yahushua was led as a lamb to the slaughter, man. All right, a lamb is a very docile animal. You just drag it on. It's gonna go wherever you go. That's why shepherds have to lead the flock, man. Okay, because a sheep, we're like lamb. We are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. We need a leader, man. All right. But reading on, it says, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me." And that's the last thing a brother want, man. It's the Holy Spirit to be taken away from them, man. All right? To not be able to read these scriptures and understand the breakdowns no more, man. All right? To not have that love and that zeal for the truth no more. That's a scary thing, man. All right? Reading on. It says, "Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation." You know? So that same joy that we had when we first came into the truth, that's what we want to continue to have. All right? That same hunger. Okay? That thirst. All right, when you first got in the truth, you was always looking up videos like you couldn't stop, man. All right? That's what David prayed for, and it's a prayer that we should use, man. It says, "Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation." Because the truth don't get sexy to you no more. All right? The scriptures say, "Be always ravished in her love." You know?
First love.
Yeah, be always, that's in Proverbs, be always ravished in the love. The same way you are towards a woman, that's the same way you're supposed to be towards this truth. All right? We got to keep fighting, man. Where else you going to go? The scriptures say, the disciples told Yahushua, "Thou hast the words of eternal life," man. So kick it into gear, man. If you're getting weak, ask the Lord for strength. Okay? If you're getting weak, get around a brother that's strong, man. There's no excuse, man. There's no time for faint hearts, man. All right? The scriptures say, "Let go, ye faint hearts." All right? And put off that weak nature. Yahushua said, "I have overcome the world, ye shall also," man. There's no excuse. Okay? It says, "Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit." And this is the point. One of the points says, "Then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee." So Yahushua told Peter the same way. He said, "Satan has desired to sift you as wheat, but I have prayed that thy faith be not taken. When thou art restored and strengthened, strengthen thy brethren," man. So when the Lord do strengthen you, all right, your job is to push and exalt and push His word, man. All right, that's like that promise you make with the Lord. Lord, if you restore me, you give me that righteous spirit, I promise you I'm gonna use my talents. I promise you I'm gonna make videos often. I promise you I'm gonna go out to camp every week. Right? That's kind of like the deal you make. Because David said, "Then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. So I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna flip my talent. That talent, hey, that servant that was dealt that one talent, he went out and came back with the Lord's money and said, Lord, thou hast given me such and such, I have came back with more. So that's what that's saying. It says, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. That's our job, to convert sinners back unto Yahweh Shai. That's what we're supposed to do, gain more money, gain more talent, supposed to make a profit off the money that the Lord has given us, man. That's our job.
And that's a joyful thing in the sight of the Lord and the angels, man. The scripture tell you that the angels rejoice over one sinner that repent than over 99 just persons.
God, because it's a lot harder to turn back than somebody that's, the job's already done. That's why Yahushua said, I come to bring sinners to repentance. All right, those that are whole need not a physician. All right, well, you good. Well, you don't need, you don't need any power. You already whole, cool. But I'm gonna put the power in this man to turn away from his wicked deeds and go on a righteous path. Now that's power. How can the Yahushua is pretty much saying, how can I display my power within you if you already good, you already walking the right path? So how can I be glorified?
That's why that's why when the disciples had asked, I forgot who exactly it was, one of those guys had an ailment. The disciples said, who have sinned, him or his fathers? He said neither. It was so that his power could be magnified.
Lame.
He was born lame. It was so that the Lord could be magnified, man, by healing him, man.
Yep. And like you said, that happened, but that's a significance. Like it's a greater meaning behind that. All right, so the Lord can be glorified.
Because that's why, people were probably, man, this nigga was a wicked nigga in his past. He was born like that just so he could. The Lord could glorify himself, magnify his name through him, man. That healing, that miracle.
Quick correction, it was a blind man.
Blind.
Lame man was at the gates of
So, the potter or the vessel, pretty much the example the brother given. Right? How can a vessel say to the potter, why make his meat out this way? The Lord made you that way for a purpose. Okay? And did he not want to walk with the Lord?
Yeah, he said that.
He didn't say no. Just go tell people what I've done for you.
Yeah.
All right? That was your vessel. That was your purpose.
Same thing with the dude Legion. The dude that he cast out all the demons out of, he sent him on the swine. But he said the dude wanted to follow him. But he said, no, go and tell everybody of the works that you have seen. And the people were amazed by the works, man, because they knew this man was a bug out. Yeah. This nigga's normal now.
Yep.
Yep. That's crazy, man. Just imagine the biggest bug out you could think of. And just one day he normal. And he telling you, man, he just through the power of Yahweh Shai, that's gonna happen again, man. Yep. Like me and this brother were talking on the side, man. This is that's the when the Lord lift up, bring Esau, and let him come in like a flood, man. There's gonna be miracles all over the place, man. Through his prophets, man, through his men.
Hey, he said he got an account.
Con. 2 Kings. Going to listen. 2 Kings chapter 4 verse 16. I'm sorry, verse 15. And he said, call her, and when she verse 14. And he said, what then is it be done for her? And Gehazi answered, verily she have no child, and her husband is old. And he said, call her. And when he had called her, she stood in the door. And he said, about the season, according to the time of life, thou shalt embrace a son. And she said, nay, my lord, thou man of God, do not lie unto thy husband. So the handmaid.
Yeah, handmaid. Yep. Handmaid. So do not. So nay, don't lie unto thy handmaid. Go ahead.
And it says, and the woman conceived and bare a son at that season, that Elisha had said unto her according to the time of life. And when the child was growing, it fell on the day that he went out to his father to the reapers. And he said unto his father, my head, my head. And he said to a lad, carry him to his mother. And when he had taken him and brought him to his mother, he sat on her knees till noon and
that's
then
spiritual,
died.
because it was the day of the reapers, man. And that's the time that's coming, man. Well, this is going to show you the power that the men, or the power of the men of the Lord, man.
Exactly. Verse 21. And she went up and laid him on the bed of the man of the Most High and shut the door. Because at that time, Elisha had stayed and dwelt there for a certain time. Verse 22. And she called unto her husband and said, send me, I pray thee, one of the young men and one of the asses, that I may run to the man of the Most High and come again. And he said, wherefore wilt thou go to him today? All right, I'm gonna jump down. I'm gonna jump down to the point. Jumping down to verse 32, because Elisha had to come. All right, it says, and when Elisha was coming to the house, behold, the child was dead and laid upon his bed. He went in therefore and shut the door upon them twain and prayed unto Yahweh Shemi Shai. And he went up and lay upon the child and put his mouth upon his mouth, and his eyes upon his eyes, and his hands upon his hands, and stretched himself upon the child, and the flesh of the child waxed warm. Then he returned.
So that means a spirit entered into him.
Exactly.
If the flesh, because it tell you that in the Apocrypha, all right, when the body goes cold pretty much, all right, the warmth leaveth, right, and the spirit returns, all right, so his skin waxed warm. All right, so the spirit returned back into him.
Because I jumped down, but before that, it said he sent his servant Gehazi to put his staff upon the face of the child, but nothing happened. So he wasn't a man of the Lord. Right, he wasn't a man of the Lord. So Elisha said, "Look, let me go forth and work out this act, which we're getting into, which is one of the miracles of raising up the dead, man. You know."
Yeah, the raising of the dead been happening, man.
Yeah, God. 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 35. It says, then he returned and walked in the house to and fro, and went up and stretched himself upon him. And the child sneezed 7 times. And the child opened his eyes. And he called Gehazi and said, call the Sheminite. So he called her, and when she was come into him, he said, take up thy son. All right, hey, so that's the point. You know, hey, the Most High, Yahweh Shemi Shai, used Elisha, all right, to work out that spiritual act to where he brought the child from the dead.
Exactly. These acts is how the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai is glorified. It tells you in Isaiah 38 chapter, the grave cannot praise thee, death cannot celebrate thee, but the living shall he shall praise as I do this day. You know, everybody. If the Lord killed everybody, who's gonna praise Yahweh Shemi Shai? He has to have witnesses set up to proclaim His name and give glory unto Him. You know, the power that's been bestowed upon him.
And that's why, to back you up, the scriptures say, and ye shall be greater. You know, because you're going to have a lot of people, Jake's a part of the 1/3 that's going to come up to us in the times we're coming into, all right, that's going to seek for salvation. They're going to seek for the name of Yahweh Shemi Shai. And by the name of Yahweh Shemi Shai of Nazareth, we're going to give it to them, because freely have we received, freely shall we give. All right, and money do we not have? None. But what the name and the power of Yahweh Shemi Shai, we're going to freely give unto them, and through that spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai, He's going to be able to work those miracles. The same way He did what we brought out in the Old Testament with the prophet of Elisha, just like He did when Yahweh Shai was on the scene, just like He's going to do with us on the scene, man. You know. So I just want to
we got spiritual gifts to hand out in these last days, man. You know. That's right. And that's going to be so much greater than anything, because you know, it was.
No, I got y'all brothers all the way down there.
The woman had an issue of blood. I believe it was her period, and she said she spent all types of money. Yep, she spent all types of money to different physicians, and they couldn't heal her. That's what happened right now today. People spending all types of money on these so-called uncurable diseases. And what? And the man of the Lord gonna come through in these last days with those spiritual gifts. All right, money I have not, but you know. Hey, the spirit and power, Yahweh Shemi Shai, behold, man.
And the back you up, that was so beautiful, because she said, if only I can touch the hem of his garment. So that was faith. So you ain't gonna just have anybody walking up to the man of the Lord. It's gonna be people that believe. Dost thou believe? Dost thou believe in the power of Yahweh Shemi Shai? Yes, I believe in the name of Yahweh Shemi Shai. And they don't know if to grip, hold it. You know, say the name of the Lord. And then, hey, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemi Shai of Nazareth, arise ye and walk. And that time is coming, man. You know? Just like it happened then, it's going to happen now, man. You know?
Yeah. So let me finish out on this real quick. Yeah, it was mine. Yeah, you messed out. Yeah, I did. All right, but it says, I'm gonna finish this. It says, Psalms 51 verse 13. I'm gonna start at 14. It says, "Deliver me from blood guiltiness, O God, thou God of my salvation, and my tongue shall sing aloud of thy righteousness." All right, and that's what we're doing now, man. The Lord has restored us. We coming out here, piping unto the nation of Israel, unto those that believe first and foremost. Okay, not to you unbelievers, man. All right, the scripture say, "All unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness," man. All right, so reading on, it says, "O Lord, open thou my lips, and my mouth shall show forth thy praise." So David wanted the Spirit on him, man, so he can pretty much bring forth the tidings of the Lord, man. Okay, and that's what we want. You know, the minute you stop prophesying, you done. You dead, man. The minute you stop prophesying, you dead, man. Did not Paul say, "Woe is me if I preach not the gospel"? And that's what we don't want, man. We've been hired. So if your spirit just, you know, man, Elder Tahar went in a heavy breakdown. That oil just wine just seeping out. You better find out how to patch that motherfucker up, bro.
Fix it for that bitch.
You better do something. Hey, or this, I was thinking too, another analogy. If it's seeping out, you better be putting more in than what's coming out, and just be able to keep putting in until your house shy get back.
It's like a
you
boat
know?
sinking. Got a
Yeah,
hold.
you got a hole. You gotta keep going.
But it's
Even
the
though,
opposite.
even though it's going out, you trying to keep enough in to
keep the thing running.
it full,
Yeah.
to keep it running. So you might be in that case scenario. It's seeping out, and
Radiator leaking.
yeah. Well, you got to keep putting water in it to keep it running until you do whatever you got to do to get to the end, man. That's what this race consists of, man. Whatever you got to do to get on to the end, man. Even if you hopping with 1 foot by the time how shy get back, bro. Hey, that's beautiful. You quoted it. Better to enter into the kingdom mangled, man. No one or hey, cut it off. Keep going. But you got to make it across that finish line, man. That's right. That's the point. That's the condition of the battle, bro. All right? In season, out of season. Constantly pushing this word, bro. That's what it's that's what it's about. And not also constantly pushing this word, because we like to go into the balance. We like to balance things out. The scripture, "A man that teaches many but is unprofitable unto himself." You can't be out here telling everybody else what to do or whatever, and hey, you ain't being baptized with them same words, man. You ain't being instructed with them same words, man. All right, yeah, because it's all about instruction, man. You got to be able to rule over yourself first to be able to rule over the other people and tell other people what to do. That's why the scriptures say, "Take the mote out of thy eye first." Matthew 7th chapter. All right.
I got you right here.
You good? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is James chapter 1 verse 22. I'll start at verse 21. "Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves."
No, go ahead.
Yeah, because it said of naughtiness and superfluity, because the scriptures, when you read the Old Testament, right, when you take out the history of how you know who the Israelites are, because Israel has a history of rebelliousness. Our people has a history of going off, okay, of having a hard heart, stiff-necked. Yeah, so you look at our people today, our people are very hard-headed, stiff-necked, they despise knowledge, all right, they're rebellious. Hey, we was talking about the song from my elder. The song from Boosie. He said devils. You're talking about rebellious? Yeah, so what? So what? Hey, going into what? Our people are rebellious, man. Constantly rebellious. So that's how you know that our people are the nation of Israel, man. Because they are very rebellious, stiff-necked, man. So that's why.
Who's the bigger stiff-necked people than us? Give me one example. That's nobody.
Nobody.
The rest of them other nations, man, they in order according to their society's, standards.
They follow
Moab, Hammond, they follow that shit. Edom, yeah. Especially Ishmael, man, they follow all they shit
The children even do the same thing that their parents do as far as professions.
And they might, like these people that come from overseas and have kids out here, they might rebel. They're not really rebelling. They might get into the American ways, but they still,
morals.
Yeah, they still got their morals. They still follow on what their parents say.
They could be corrupted.
Yeah, they could be corrupted, but they still not like our people.
Not at all.
Our people are stiff necked. If they believe in Allah or whatever, they're gonna always believe in that. Our people claim to love Jesus, supposedly, but they don't actually worship that.
Real quick, don't the scripture say the nations have not changed their gods, which are no gods, but my people pretty much changed theirs.
The ox knoweth his owner. Go ahead, I'll bring that out.
God, Sirach chapter 1 and verse 29. Be not an hypocrite.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Sirach chapter 1 and verse 29. Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest.
Hey, that's self-explanatory, man. Be not hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed of what thou speakest, man. So you can't sit here, demonstrate, lead by example. That's the greatest way, man.
So let me
Right? To be a leader.
Tell someone to stop smoking cigarettes, but you still smoke cigarettes.
You blowing clouds in their face.
That's why in James said, "Be ye doers of the word, not hearers only." Because like a hearer, somebody that's out here preaching could still be just a hearer of the word because he's not actually applying it.
Regurgitate, repeat.
Yeah, a parrot.
A parrot.
And at the entry level, what's the first level? Parrot.
Parrot or a toad, one of the.
Nah, toad is the third
toad's
level.
eye. Oh, okay.
Monkey is the second, I think.
Yep.
And then but that's the just regurgitating, being hearers of the word, but not being doers of it, being a hypocrite in the sight of men. Be like, yo, he's out here, going hard at the top of his lungs.
Oh yeah,
Give me this scripture, hold me that, we'll get back, hold that, brother, we'll get back to that. Next thing, 5 hours later, he'd be the biggest hypocrite on the planet, man. Plenty of examples that gotten sifted out of the nation. Like that. Go ahead, Oscar.
God. Sirach chapter 1 verse 30. Sirach chapter 1 and verse 30.
Brothers like this, looking around, moving.
Apache would hear one.
Sirach chapter 1 and verse 30. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall.
That's why Yahushua said about the wicked Sadducees, Pharisees said, do as they say, but not as they do. Because they were exalting themselves with the big phylacteries, and enlarging the borders of their garments. Because they were exalting themselves, man. Being hypocrites. Because Yahushua said the leaven of the Pharisees was the hypocrisy.
Righteous outwardly, but inwardly just toxic. And that's where the cleansing process starts.
God never said
in the inside.
Yeah, because he likened them with the sepulchres. Nice little casket, but inside is somebody that's dead. That's cool. I say, look, you guys are like sepulchres, man. You're nice and fancy outside, but inside is somebody that's dead.
It took 1,000 years to catch a shit.
Because when your house I was speaking of him, people were like, what are you talking about?
Really out there just dropping them. Like, damn.
You just walk off, drop the mic and walk off.
Real quick, because during that time when you read the book of John, they tried to push Yahushua over a cliff, man. They wanted to stone Yahushua. He was going so in.
Yeah, his disciples didn't even understand him the majority of the time. He had to go. It's in the scripture say he privately broke it down to them. So he had to give them the breakdown after, because they were there. The disciples didn't want to speak up, but they were probably like, what the hell? Yahushua, what are they talking about?
Him knowing their thoughts.
Yeah, now that there ain't nobody around, because it ain't for them. I'm gonna break it down to you.
So chapter 1 verse 30. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul.
Because now you're exalting yourself, trying to put yourself on a pedestal. But then when push comes to shove, then you come to falling down because you ain't really been about what you were talking about, man. Huh?
And like I just told the brother. They go into taking the lowest seat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
That's in Matthews, man.
Taking the height. Yeah. And it's a rock too. It's a rock too. Yeah.
Hey, cause it'd be a shame for you to walk in the room and
Yeah,
say,
you gotta move.
and you're like, oh yeah, you coming in that bitch, you know?
Hold on. That's reserved.
Yeah.
Get up. Then you gotta take that your seat all the way back.
Yeah.
And then you gotta walk past. You gotta walk past everybody. Like,
Hey, you know, Jake had the on the school bus. Jake had the, you know, he took the high seat. You know, talking shit, and cracking jokes in there. Hey, the master comes. Hold on, man. Your seat's over there, man. How was I see right here? What you doing? Yeah, like, oh shit. Now you shameful, man. How much money you got on that?
I'll read again. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall. Bring dishonor upon thy soul. So the Most High discover thy secrets and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation.
The Lord discovered your secrets. You were trying to be something. You was exalting yourself, man. Hey, what it say? He that exalt himself shall be abased, and he that abased himself shall be exalted, man. Go ahead.
Because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord.
Yeah, you can't come in truth, man. You just came in on your own agenda. You know, trying to play your own cards. You brought your own cards to the casino, man. That shit don't work like that. You know, you're trying to play, so you went to the dollar store, got some chips, and trying to play that off in the casino. That shit don't work.
You got to play this hand.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just your lot. Ultimately, you know.
But their heart is full of deceit.
Their heart is full of deceit. Because what? They're hypocrisy. They're hypocrites. Because they're being hearers, but not doers of the word. All right, and we'll close out on these. I'm gonna go all the way to the end of we'll go all the way to the end of it. This is Luke chapter 6, verse 46. And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? And what is the things that Yahweh I say? Right here in this robe, man. All right, verse 47.
Hey, it's like the whole road, because you got some Israelites out there that's teaching in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but for example, the RFID chip, to them is not the mark of the beast. All right?
He said don't take it, but then you got guys saying you can take it and then take it out. Yeah, look, that's not what the Yahweh said.
That's not what it says.
Verse 47, whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like. He is like a man which built a house and dig deep and laid the foundation on a rock. Which that's that foundation is Yahweh, man. All right, dig deep, that deep foundation, man, because you just put the foundation, you don't even go down, you just go like 2 inches into the earth. That's not a sturdy foundation, but what? You got to dig deep, you got to get rooted in this truth. It says,
Hey, if I may add, that goes to putting time into Yahweh.
yeah, because it takes time to build a proper foundation. Takes time, man. You can't just slap some concrete and say that's the foundation. You got to dig deep into the earth.
like wine.
Like wine, yeah, it takes time.
With the age.
Yep.
You know?
Season. I'm gonna go back to 47.
And we are liking that to wine bottle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're holding that wine, which is the wisdom, the knowledge. All right, this is Luke chapter 6, verse 47. Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like. He is like a man which built an house and dig deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. That's that sturdy foundation, which is Yahushua. Verse 49, the last verse. But he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built an house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great. Ooh, so you hear this word, but you don't get that foundation. You just being a hearer of the word, a hypocrite. Hey, that's what you're gonna be liking to the 2/3 of the 3 little pigs. Because what? One of those thirds, he built the proper house. You know, the two of the 3 little piggies, they built it in there with the big bad wolf or that storm, the river, whatever. It took them out, man. But what? That 1/3 is gonna build that house on that rock, man, which is Yahushua. All right.
Hey, but if I may add, it's good to say, lay up your treasures in heaven, man, where no man can break in and steal. 2/3 of our people, they lay their treasures up on this side, man. 401k, pensions, retirement plans, all these things our people lay up their treasures. So when hell break loose, Their faith lies in government. So when hell breaks loose, our faith is in how much we shine the spiritual things.
That's right, man. Because the things of this world ain't gonna save you from the calamities to come, man. The carnal things are gonna be perished, man. They're gonna perish away. These are temporal things you're seeing. All right, but what? We looking for the eternal things. We looking for the everlasting kingdom. And that's why we establishing our foundation on the rock.
That's right.
We're digging deep. We're rooting ourselves in this thing, man. So when that storm, that tempest, it beats on us vehemently, which is going to happen when Esau comes in like a flood. We just read that Luke 6 that stream's going to come in and beat vehemently. And we're able to stand in that day, man, and endure unto the end.
That's right.
All right. Anybody got anything else?
Real quick, I forget what it's called. I'll probably do a video on it later. But that, you know how the brothers been going into the sea moss. You know, sea moss it attaches, you know, to a rock under the ground. It's like a 15-letter word. It starts with an L. And scientists still trying to figure out how a plant just attaches itself to a rock. Yeah, you know, and that's how it that's why it's so nutrient dense. It literally attaches itself to a rock and it receives all the minerals. That's why I say it has 92 minerals that the body needs.
The water, the rock, everything that goes by.
Yeah, so it literally attaches itself to a rock, like you're saying, that foundation. And that's why it's so nutrient dense, man. You know? And I just want to say that real quick, you know? But that's it.
Usually that's where the waves are coming down, and then look, it ain't going nowhere.
And that's because it's stuck to that rock.
Exactly. You got that solid foundation.
Yep.
So with that, you know, we want to, you know, Lord's will, this was edifying unto you, Akim, out there. And we almost said it here, brothers. Keep pushing. With that, we want to give all praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Barak, Wadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, who rule well. And salutation, much love to you, Akim, out there pushing out this word of truth and sincerity. Shalom.